If you like the story, you can support the author on Patreon. Link is in the description.
Chapter 26, Another Day, Another Drama. Hi Naruto-kun. My head snapped towards the voice. Who is calling my Naruto like that? I saw Ino waving at him, and Naruto was completely confused. Who are you? Pfft. Way to go Naruto. But it looks like she didn't get the message that he is my Naruto, and tried to move in between us. What the hell? Boom. Naruto quickly kicked her away. Yes. Punch her too. Who is she, trying to claim what is mine? Shiori-chan, I took care of her. I don't really know why she was attacking us. So, can you loosen your grip on me a little? No. Please. Alright. Well, he did a good job by kicking away pests like her. I looked back at her, and she looked as if something really bad happened. What is it? I will tell daddy about this. And she ran away crying. Weirdo. Didn't she attack first? Don't pay attention to weirdos like that, Naruto. Yet. She was smiling as if she was, setting a trap to blow us up. Yet. Bad girl. I mean, what kind of thing it is, attacking in broad daylight. Tell me about it. We started walking to the academy again, while holding hands. Why did Ino act like that towards Naruto? I mean, sure, he is cute and strong, and will grow up to be very hot too. But did she start fangirling just because Naruto beat up everyone in the competition without any effort? Now that's declaration of war on me. She just tried to lust after my Naruto, my investment, my perfect type, my husbando, my husband. Wake up to reality, Shiori. Ino is not the only one. There is a long list of spoiled, bitchy, fake princesses out there who will lust after and try to even kiss him in his sleep. Hell, even Sasuke is there. I have to corrupt him more. He right now thinks that we are husband and wife because he is a kid and doesn't know better. What will happen after we enter into puberty? What will happen when Jiraiya takes him away? Unacceptable. Demon sacrifice. We paused as we heard the shout. What is this about? Why is Iruka shouting demon sacrifice? We hid at the school gates, trying to listen what this is about. On peeking, it was Sakura, and her parents talking to Iruka. What is it? I can't hear. I looked at Naruto. It looks like he can. Hey, what are they talking about? Shiori-chan, something stupid that you are demon sacrifice, and sensei is telling them that it is nonsense. Demon sacrifice, seriously, these conspiracy theorists, or Danzo. I decided to confront them head-on. It's a boss's duty to look after her bodyguard's family problems, and make sure that nothing comes in between their job after all. Hello. Are you Sakura-chan's parents? As they turned, they reflexively flinched at sight of me, holding hands with the supposed demon. And their gazes turned sympathetic towards me. Are you Sakura's friend that she was talking about yesterday? Sakura's father asked, surprisingly normal despite her mother sending wary gazes. Oh? Yes uncle. I was surprised by how cute she was with the pink hair. Now I know from where she got it. Ha ha ha. You think so? Of course. Look, feeling smug due to a 6-year-old buttering him up. Well, his hair looks funny. Maybe he will be the head joker if someone starts a circus? Thanks Shiori-chan. Be good friends with Sakura, please. Key. And he shut her mother with a glare. I am more favorable towards her father. Her mother looks like a typical stupid stereotypical auntie. Always gossiping and always saying only bad things about the neighbor that lives 1 block away. I will uncle. Ha ha ha. Have a good day. He ruffled my hair, but didn't Naruto's. Alright. He is stupid as well. He ruined my hair. As he left, I saw Ino with puffy eyes, glaring at me, and Naruto as well, thankfully. Sigh. Another day, another drama. I will have to think of ways to protect Naruto from the filler child predators and make sure that Sasuke keeps his distance from my Naruto. He can and will only receive kisses from me. Well, our future kids as well. Chapter 27, 1 year later. I decided to do a small time skip directly some days before Uchiha Massacre. The main story that I have thought about will start after Academy, and even only the Academy after this time skip will take at least 10 chapters. A year has passed since we entered the academy. Nothing much really happened, except for getting another source of income. I sold the Akimichi clan every recipe I could recreate for 5M ryo and 5% royalty on the profit per every dish sold. I still take commissions from time to time, but charge 100,000 ryo per poster. The village buys because of possible predictions, and I haven't really revealed much except a retired Kakashi sitting with retired Onaki, A and Mei peacefully. But everyone but Kakashi looks old. I have to do something like that once in a while to keep the village invested and get money at regular intervals. And they are also buying paper bombs and storage seals, all of them, as if they are stockpiling from every source available. I don't really know why, but I don't care. I am getting money, so I don't care why they are doing it. It will be mostly used up in 4th Shinobi War after all. Anyway, I have more or less 16M ryo in my account, and I have been studying the textile and toy making industry for a while now. I have decided on 2 businesses for now. First is to make teleportation gates like RPG games. If I am able to create it, I will get whatever money I ask. But there are various difficulties in it. First is the problem of chakra. I know of Hashirama's necklace, and it must have used yang chakra a lot to crystallize the chakra, or if there are mines of crystals that hold chakra like that, I don't really know. But they should be able to hold massive chakra. The next is the seal itself. Those fanfics where it is easy to make a flying thunder god seal are utter trash. Coordinate geometry, 3D geometry, etc. exist in this world. So it's not like just not knowing the maths and geography is the problem. I can solve the location problem just by assigning numbers to the gates, but for understanding it better, I have to study the summoning jutsu, which Hiruzen hasn't provided me access to. Bastard. Anyway, it will take time, years in fact, to make it possible. But right now, a music/idol group is looking good right now. First of all, I know at least 100 J-pop and anime OP/EDs, and some idol performances as well. The performances are kind of vague, but I can work around it. I will be the lead performer and Sakura and Naruto will be the support. Or should I say, Naruto? What can I say? Naruto is a genius in transformation jutsu. I have been teaching them singing and dancing for a while now, and I will give mission to the village for genjutsu and lightings, etc. Surprisingly, many instruments that I know are already available here, and we have been learning them in the kunoichi classes. But a group doesn't only contain 3 people. Musicians, tech support, etc. are required, and they need to be trustworthy. But it has a huge scope despite the difficulties. First of all, the Chunin exams happen in the village every 2 years, even though it happens every 6 months in rotation in various allied villages. And why do they happen? To attract the nobles and daimyos for giving the village more funding and missions. And what these daimyo and nobles are? Useless and stupid super rich people. Wind Country's daimyo was causing problems for Suna in the anime, and if we just look at Water Country's daimyo, he didn't really do anything when Blood Mist was happening and the village was reducing the military might of the country by purging the bloodline clans. Seriously, I can understand Kagaya clan since they were bloodthirsty troublemakers, but Hojiki clan? I would even place it at the top after those who are not directly related to the Otsutsuki. Anyway, those people will very much like entertainment, and even Konoha will support me since it will attract them towards the village. The textile industry is dominated by Fire Country, so getting clothes and starting a clothing brand after the idol group will not be much of a problem. The toy industry is dominated by Wind Country, Suna in particular. So I am sure the poor village wouldn't mind some money for producing some merch. Once the group popularity is gained, various other brands can come after it. But the thing is, for starting a registered company in the Fire Country, one needs to be at least 12-year-old. So right now, I am just focusing on finding the group members whom I can trust. Hinata's father declined because it is beneath their noble clan. Asking for pretty Uchihas is of no real use since they are going to die in some time anyway. I don't really have a good relationship with Ino, who even though doesn't chase after my Naruto after he kicked her without much concern. No, she hates him. Tenten is actually a very talented drummer. As expected of a tool master. There has been a Chunin exam recently, and the Chunin exam 6 months later will be in Konoha, so we will do the performance if we get permission. Anyway, leaving the money matters aside, I have been able to keep my first position amongst the girls in spars, but Sakura has just beaten up Hinata, who was the second, in just a year of my training, in which I just tell her to do what Guy Sensei does. My accuracy with Kunao and Shuriken has been improving steadily, but not that much. Around 6-7/10. It doesn't look like I have much talent. I am not comparing myself with Naruto, but even Sakura is close to catching up to me, and has more accuracy than me for someone who just started training a year ago. Speaking of Naruto, his accuracy has improved to 9-10/10, just behind Sasuke and Shino. He blitzes everyone in stamina, speed, strength, and spars though. Sasuke still hasn't managed to avoid getting one shot by him. Naruto is a genius. Acting like an idiot all the time must have made him an idiot as well in the anime. But he still managed to learn the Raise Nan and Sage mode so fast, and even create Rasen Shuriken at which even Minato failed. So with him actually being genius at Taijutsu and all things except Genjutsu is actually not that far-fetched. Plus he is able to train all day because of so much chakra and Uzumaki genes. He is able to keep his hand dry even while dripping his hand in steamy water, that's how much chakra control he has developed. Still not enough for the normal clone jutsu though. But somehow enough for creating working seals. No longer blowing THRM up due to too much chakra. Well, the clone jutsu is sort of a genjutsu, and with Naruto's horrible nature against it since it requires yin chakra, it is understandable. My Naruto is simply a yang beast. Anyway, according to Guy Sensei, Naruto is a mid-chunin level fighter all things combined. And he is just 7, who doesn't know more than 2 out of 3 academy jutsus. Right now, Naruto is trying to cut a leaf in half, because I dreamed about it. This seer thing is actually convenient in not having to explain many things. As for my bodyguard Sakura, she is able to climb on trees and walk on normal, stable water, is catching up to me in Taijutsu, has mastered transformation jutsu, not on Naruto's level, and actually more accuracy than me. Sigh. Anyway, I will have Naruto protect me and my bodyguard, if he isn't available. So I will focus on becoming a rich princess too. I stopped my musings as a customer came to my stall. And it was someone I recognized. Izumi Uchiha. Chapter 28, Uchiha Izumi. So, you want a portrait of yourself as a grown-up with Itachi? Yes. Here is the advance. She handed me 50,000. A sudden thought came across my mind. Can I save her? Well, yes. If I draw out something like her having very huge importance for Sasuke and the village, there is a high chance. But do I want to? Not really. Her being alive would mean that I won't be getting the Uchiha fortune easily, if not getting it at all. Since she knows about the coup, it might as well happen that she will give away the fortune willingly. I don't really have a goal to save anyone. I just feel sad for her because of how bad of a boyfriend Itachi is. If my Naruto was in his place, I am sure he would save me 10/10 and send a shadow clone for the village. Well, not everyone gets lucky. Thanks for your patronage. It will be ready in 2 weeks. Can you make it a little early? I have to gift it to someone. Husband. She blushed, and started denying it. No. It's Bono. Nothing like that. Yes, it's for my mother. Yet. A girl gifts her own photo only to boyfriend. Or nudes. On WhatsApp one-click photos. As for husband, he gets the real deal. Anyway, I am not really going to do anything about her. I don't care. Then, how about 10 days? I can't make more time for it. Alright. But this will require extra fees. She blinked several times. I already used up money from several missions. It's only 1,000 per day. So, 4,000 more, only. She grumbled, and handed me 4,000 more. Thank you. Since I only open my shop every 2 weeks, I will be with your poster in 10 days in front of the shop. Please put your name and signature in the register. As she did that, I didn't really feel much guilty about making money off a person that is going to die. Wow, I have become a really evil person. Well, it's not like there is something bad about being evil. I may be evil for her, but I am good for Naruto to provide a home in his house. I may be good for the mangakas in this world, but evil for novel writers like Jiraiya. After all, manga is better than novel. If the writer and artist is good. I waved her back as she went away, and started to pack up from my stall. Since I don't really need to sell the mangas myself after getting the publisher do it, I just make arts and posters on commission, and open the stall once every 2 weeks for half an hour. Maybe I will increase the price some more in the future? Hokage and other high-ranking people will keep buying it anyway as long as I reveal something maybe once a year or two. I put my register in my bag, and headed to Ichiraku in front of me. It is the only thing I am not learning to make to keep it special, and not decrease Ramen Guy's money by taking away his #1 customer. Some even say that he was on Minato's team by that one time Jiraya's team is shown. Hi Ramen Guy sensei. The store is too much packed, but someone stood up from his seat for me. For all this time, I thought that they do it because I am a kid. But were the pity in his eyes. Demon sacrifice. I scoffed at that. Well, it is helping me anyway, and not reducing the hate Naruto receives. So I might as well let these stupid people whatever they want. Rame Noi laughed as I called him Rame Noi. 2 chicken soup ramen, with 1 Naruto topping, as a takeaway, right? That's right. Chicken soup ramen has obviously, chicken. And Naruto topping is for me. Naruto is quite delicious. I love eating Naruto. I waited as he made them, and someone tapped my shoulder. It was Itaki, who for some reason, comes here often whenever I open my stall, as if keeping an eye on me. Well, several ANBU do. I have seen Genma, Rado, that purple-hair beautiful girl whose name I forgot, and even Yamato. But it is the first time someone has actually initiated conversation with me. Can you make a poster for me? Well, the stall just closed. So please come back in 2 weeks. Yeah, I am going to stay away from him for a while. Obito and Zetsu must have been watching him, so I don't want to become a major threat to them. That's why I make the future too vague for them to think that I will ruin their plans. The same applies to Denzo as well. Here is your order. Thank you. I will come again. Haha. Come more often, you are one of our best customers. I will. I will bring Naruto next time as well. He smiled as I left with a nod and smile. Itaka looked like he wanted me to agree to his request, but he should have come sooner. It looks like the time for massacre is really close. It's July, so Sasuke may have turned 8 already. From what I know, it happened when he was around 8. I just hope it happens after I give Izumi her poster. Otherwise, 50,000 will be lost and it wouldn't look good to ask it from Sasuke. Asterisk. Naruto, I brought ramen. As I entered his home, for some reason, Sasuke was hanging from the ceiling fan. I mean, tied from leg. Not what my sentence just sounded like. He had a sleeping tag on his head, and Naruto was checking his clothes. What happened Naruto? Oh Shiori-chan. I forgot to shut my window before going to train in the mountains. But when I came back, he was like this because of activating my trap. It looks like this is a thief. So I have been searching him. I blinked several times. Naruto, tell me something. Do you know who is he? I feel like I have seen him somewhere. But who is he? Okay, it looks like Guy-sensei is affecting him. Do you know Chuji? Yes. Shikamaru? Yes. Sakura? I know. She is your friend. Why are you looking at me as if I have some brain dama? Why are you suddenly looking smug and proud? Ah, Naruto knows all my friends, but not the person who he beats every Friday spar? Does this mean that I am overcoming the Indra Azura nonsense? But I feel like I should know who he is. TCH. Anyway, good progress. He is the second son of Uchiha clan head. Uchiha Sasuke, he is in our class. Son of the police head is a thief. Pfft. I am calling his father here. Haha. That will be too funny. I will keep an eye on him. I ran laughing, just imagining how Sasuke will be scolded. But what was he doing in Naruto's apartment anyway? I felt a shiver. Was he stalking my Naruto? Just see what I will do now. I decided to shout about it for everyone to hear, and surprisingly, I found Fugaku instead of some random Uchiha police. Uchiha-sama. Your son, Sasuke, broke in our house. Fugaku's face turned into confusion, disappointment, and anger. Take me there. We went to our house, I mean, Naruto's house, and Fugaku saw Sasuke in that condition. What happened? Uncle, when I was away for training, I forgot to shut my window. When I came back, he was here, caught in my trap. It's a good thing that I haven't developed a better trap that kills, yet. Please remove him from the trap. Okay. Suddenly, I got an idea. Wait Naruto. Uchiha-sama, you see, I am against nepotism. Not really, if they are my kids. So I want to file a complaint. Shiori-san, Naruto-san, I will scold him. It's a child's prank. I can't file a report over it. So we want compensation. Alright. How much? Not money. You see, Naruto is struggling with the clone jutsu because he is leaning too much towards yang. So do you know a clone jutsu which requires yang chakra? You know, like solid clones or something. This will make Naruto much more stronger and speed up his training. Fugaku hesitated, but gave in. He must be in incredible tension and anger right now. An Uchiha broke into Jinchuriki's home. That doesn't sound really good at all. This is Shadow Clone Jutsu. See here the hand signs? With this, you have to split your chakra in half. It will make you a solid clone. Only one? We require 3 for graduating. You are still young. So you will be able to get only this right now. But when you grow older, you should ask the Hokage multi-shadow clone jutsu. It is as far as I can teach you. Alright. Shadow clone jutsu. Whoa. Naruto made it his first try. Wow, it is solid. Hey, how are you moving on your own? I don't know, boss. Well, since he has half your chakra, that means it should have half yin as well, right? That's right. Now please, let Sasuke go, and keep it a secret. We will. Alright. Here you go. Naruto removed the sleeping tag and opened up the tie of the rope, and Sasuke fell on the ground, groaning. What happened, father? Come home right this instant. Why yes. Wait a second. Why did you break into my house anyway? Naruto asked. And now that I think about it, the reason is so obvious that I didn't even think about it. I wanted to see how you became this strong. Sasuke. Enough. Home. Right now. And you too, I am sorry about my foolish son. Sasuke left fearfully with his gaze down. Pfft. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a slap sign on his face next day in the academy. But then, I froze. I suddenly thought, right now, Fugaku is there to discipline him. But after that? Sasuke can be dangerous for Naruto. Indra and Ajura are similar in strength. Plus, Sasuke will have the Rinnegan. Rinnegan. Human path. No. There is still a chance that Naruto will get hurt. Plus I don't want him to waste his arm and truth-seeking orbs on him. Then my mind went to Izumi. Dance, enjoy, Izumi-chan, I am going to save your life. Just keep Sasuke in check. Chapter 29, Sasuke got a slap. Third POV. As Sasuke followed behind Fugaku to home, he was crying due to fear. As they reached home, Mikoto shouted from the kitchen, "Bring some eggs, dear. I will bring them later. First come here and see what your son has done." The noise of running water in the sink stopped, and Mikoto came to the hall while wiping her hands with the apron. What happened? What could have happened? Young master got jealous of the boy who beats him in one punch every time, and snuck into his house. And he couldn't do even that, right? He was tied upside down with a sleeping tag on his head. If you are snucking in, at least not get caught in a trap. Mikoto's eyes widened. Did Sasuke snuck into Naruto's house? This is bad. Sasuke. Breaking into someone's house is bad. Teach your son. When Ataka does something good, he is your son, and when Sasuke does something bad, he is mine. He is also your son. Don't push all the blame on me. And, they started fighting in front of him. Usually, the fight away from their kids, but their tension has been rising non-stop for months. And right now, they reached their limits. I am going to my mom's house, and never coming back again. Doesn't that mean you are just moving next door? Do you want me to give you a divorce? This card again? Fine. Then do as you wish, hey. No. Don't go. And Mikoto went out of the home and went to her late mother's house. Fugaku was shocked, and Sasuke was super shocked. It was the first time he saw his parents fighting, and it was all because of him. But it isn't his fault. Father remains out of house all the time, Itaka says next time again and again. And mother remains busy with housework. It's your fault. You never train me. Smash. Sasuke held his cheek, Shell-shocked. Fugaku was also shocked that he did that in anger. Shizuke got a slap. Asterisk. Chapter 30, Prediction 1. I was racking up my brain to see how to save Izumi. What prediction could make her important enough to be spared from the massacre but not important enough to be killed by Denzo/Obito? She already has 3 Tomo Sharingan according to the anime. And it is very possible that she might awaken Mangekyo if she survives. Plus she knows about the coup, so it will not be out of consideration that she might try to get revenge on Konoha higher up, or at least, they will suspect that Hiruzen will try to protect her. I mean, try. He is not that trustworthy. Well, it's not my goal to make sure that she must remain alive after she doesn't die in the massacre. It's just that she will take care of Shizuke after massacre for at least some time as her only living family. And there is a chance that she will be placed on Kakashi's ANBU team then. I have more trust in Kakashi than Hiruzen, despite being weak. Who knows, he may be even training more knowing that war is coming. Anyway, I don't want Shizuke to turn emo. He was really thinking of himself as a big deal, having the self-centered and stupid idea to kill everyone and become Pain 2.0. At least if he will hear it from Izumi, he will know that Uchiha was killed because they were trying to cause a civil war. I am sure that Simp will try to make it so that Shizuke doesn't suffer and try to cause a shitstorm because the worst boyfriend of the entire narrative's wish is fulfilled. Honestly, all Uchihas have screw loses. Madara, Obito, Shisui, Itaki, Shizuke, Fugaku. Madara trying to put everyone in genjutsu. Obito killing millions, destroying Kiri, and most of all, killing my father-in-law and mother-in-law. Shisui blabbering about his Mangekyo abilities. And Itaki? He is the stupidest amongst all. How on earth did he get the idea that killing children is necessary? Thought like a Hokage at the age of 7. Yet. As if. And Fugaku is also stupid, taking out his 4-year-old kid on the battlefield. Shizuke is stupid as well, and I don't want my Naruto to waste his arm and truth-seeking orbs on him. Plus human path is extremely dangerous. So about Izumi, how should I save her? I can't really think of anything. Wait. Maybe this can work. As soon as I thought about it, I went to sleep. I have to dream about future after all. Asterisk. 10 days later. With the posters I had made, I went to the stall, and Izumi was already waiting there. Miss, come here for a second. As she came closer to the stall, I licked the privacy seal and it activated. It makes the refractive index of the air to turn so high that the inside of the seal becomes opaque, and the frequency of air just outside the boundary becomes so high that only bats will be able to listen, probably. And this way, ANBU keeping an eye on me will get alerted that Izumi received a prediction. And that is what I want. Still, it feels disgusting to activate seals using saliva, and I have to change the switch because it becomes wet and unusable. Chakra is actually present in everything, even in my saliva. It must be in every atom as well, and things like neutron and all. Maybe everything from as small as an electron is made of chakra? That will explain the baryon mode, where Naruto's and Kurama's chakra did nuclear fusion, and Kurama somehow contained the chain reactions in himself. And since Naruto should have larger chakra reserves than Kurama, as Hashirama did, he still had chakra left and survived, even though his reserves also decreased a lot. I winced at how much pain Kurama must have felt by making himself as nuclear fusion battery, and how much smart he must be to be actually able to pull that off. Well, my Naruto wouldn't need to come at that point. If only he had FTG, he would have been able to dodge all the rods, and even if he got hit, he will just teleport away. Plus, Otsutokis are weak to actual things, which are made of chakra anyway, and taijutsu. I am sure a 5th gate Naruto will massacre is Hiki. He wouldn't even need to open 4th gate to do the afternoon tiger because of how much chakra he has. Momoshiki absorbed half of Kurama's chakra and called it massive. Pfft. Hey, why are you hiding us? Oh. I broke away from my thoughts. I went out of focus in my Boruto's nerfed Naruto rant. Izumi-san, actually, I have 5 posters for you. Give me the rest of 400,000 if you want to. I will just sell the rest to the Hokage if you don't want to. Let me see one first. She said impatiently, clearly irritated with me wanting more money. But I am sure she will even take a debt to see the rest after she sees the first one. I gave her the poster number 1, and it was a grown-up Izumi looking around the age of 25, looking at Ataka's picture with sadness and nostalgia, with a single tear in her eye and her saying, "Why?" She looked shell-shocked. "Hey! Why did you draw this garbage? I wanted a cute portrait for a gift." I blinked several times in confusion. "You didn't come to see the future. Huh? Little girl, you think you can scam me with this nonsense? Return my 50,000. Okay. I didn't expect this at all. Fine. See if I care that you die. Fuck Sasuke's mental health. I will manipulate him myself." I took out Nu-chan wallet, and gave out the 50 notes of 1000 Ryo notes I keep with myself so that if it gets stolen, I can get compensation from Uchiha police. "And what about the 4,000? Miss, that was extra fees for getting the work 4 days early. You can't get that back. What a waste. I should have just got this done from someone other." "Then you do that. No one appreciates goodwill. Little girl, no one appreciates scam. Just be thankful that I didn't call the police." "Whatever. Now, shoo." I took back the poster, and shooed her away. "Forget about money, I am burning all of these. She can burn herself in fire too. I will take that. 1 million. Sure. No, I can't really burn my hard work, can I? Not if I get double the amount." I sold all the 5 posters to Ataki. If that bitch lives, she lives. Chapter 31, Naruto meets Kyuubi. Naruto's POV. Asterisk before Shiori completes Izumi's poster. Shiori-chan has been busy for some days, for some important commission, and even thinking deeply about something all day. So she didn't come in the morning to do yoga with me. I sighed, and started doing meditation. But then, I felt a tug in my mind. And the next thing I knew, I was in some weird place. It was some sort of big house with a lot of gates, with lots of purple and bright yellow. And below my feet, there was clear blue pool water as Shiori said that she will have her palace built with a large pool. Where am I? I opened the first gate in sight, and it was all blurry. The second gate was blurry too. After 10th blurry gate, I stopped opening the gates and started walking the straight way. And then, I reached it. A glamorous cage made which looked like it was made of gold. Then, a pair of big red eyes with slits opened through the darkness. Is it some sort of future vision like Shiori-chan? Will we keep a big wild pet inside? I can't see you clearly. Why don't you come a little closer? A wild pet who can talk. Suddenly, the wild pet lunged at the cage. Weird, it almost looks like Kyuubi from the books. Wild pet? I am the great Kyuubi. Come here. I will tear you apart. Aren't you dead? Pfft. As if. So do I catch the Kyuubi as her birthday gift in the future? And why did they say that Kyuubi was killed? Were they embarrassed that Kyuubi ran away successfully? Suddenly, the giant fox looked confused. Why aren't you scared? Huh? In front of Shiori-chan's face when I say that I want to eat ramen more than once a week is scarier than you. You almost look like a cute, big pet that she may like. Pet? I will kill you. Look here, big guy. I am not sure why you are caged, but I advise you to stop making death threats, and the future alternate realities Shiori-chan and me will bring you out, and take good care of you. You like meat? We will feed you chicken, pork, mutton. That will be too small for you, hey? How about ostrich egg? I will kill you. He growled at me, and kept scratching the cage bars, and then, stopped. All right. I promise that I will behave. You see that paper on the gate? Can you remove it for me, little one? The paper. It looks like a very complex Fuinjutsu seal. It looks like it has something about chakra storage, but it's too complex aside from that. Well, I wouldn't really remove the seal. The alternate future me, wait, can I even interact with future alternate events? Shiori-chan hasn't gone to that part of that story yet. Anyway, I am not stupid. Well, if you are misunderstood as a demon by stupid people, don't go around destroying their village. Having even one person care for you is enough. Now that I know you are around somewhere, I will adopt you for Shiori-chan. She will love you lots. It's a secret, but she likes furry things like cats, but never brings it home in fear that they may be ninja cats. Believe it. For some weird reason, his eyes went wide, it looked like it wouldn't kill me, another death threat, and then again, I will tear you apart. Well, wounded cats are hissy at start as well. I am sure alternate future Shiori-chan will tame him. And the next thing I knew, I was in my room, meditating. Alright, I got a goal. I will catch the Kyuubi for Shiori-chan, and give him as a gift on her birthday, or when she becomes a princess. And of course, I will keep it a secret to surprise her. Chapter 32, Predictions 2. Third POV. After getting the posters, Itaka looked through them in a secret place. The first one was a grown-up Izumi being nostalgic seeing Itaka's picture and asking why. Will she serve Yuva tomorrow? How? Itaka was going to kill her first to strengthen his resolve to protect the village, to protect Suzuki. He quickly looked through the other posters. The second one was her, smiling at a grown-up Suzuki, and assuring him that you will be a good dad. But don't ignore your wife because of your kid, okay? Itaka blinked several times at this. This Suzuki looked around 20 years old. And Suzuki becoming a dad? Itaka let out a small smile at that, but froze knowing that he wouldn't live to see that. He then looked at the next one, and froze at that. It was Izumi surrounded by 6 hooded figures, while a 16 to 17-year-old red-headed girl was healing a 16 to 17-year-old Shiori, and the entire Konoha was wrecked. And the red-haired girl was shouting, "Sister-in-law! Wake up! It's in about 10 years, the prediction of war. Will Konoha be destroyed like this? And sister-in-law? Uzumaki?" He then turned to the next poster, and it was something even more scary. Itaki and Suzuki were side by side, and their backs turned towards the view. But who they were facing was very bad. It was a shadowy figure, but just by looking at the eyes, it was clear who it was. Orochimaru. In this, Izumi was saying, even if I don't have Mangekyo, I can force you to stop the Edo Tensei you are using to wage the war. So Orochimaru is the cause of the war? Edo Tensei, isn't it a forbidden jutsu created by the second Hokage? So if Izumi doesn't have Mangekyo, how will she force Orochimaru to release Edo Tensei? Izanami. Unlike Izanagi, only the clan heir knows about it and it's passed down by the word of mouth. There are no texts regarding it, and even the Hokage wouldn't know about it. He then saw the final poster, and it was downright horrifying. It was Jiraiya, the Toad Sage, falling into water, with a resigned smile. Izumi, it's now on you to guide the second child of prophecy. Itaka looked through all the predictions, and tried to determine what this prediction is about. First of all, Shiori's ability has gotten stronger, that she is even able to picture the dialogues and thoughts. Second, the war in 10 years is going to be started by Orochimaru, through Edo Tensei. That means he will revive many people, maybe even Hashirama and the real Madara. There is an Uzumaki who will come to Konoha. And knowing how strong Kushina-san was, she will add great strength to Konoha after the Uchiha clan is gone. He will try to stop Danzo from getting his hands on her. So he will hide this poster with himself. And the most important thing, Jiraiya is saying something along the lines of second child of prophecy. So there means that there is a first one too. And Itaki instinctively thought that the second one was Suzuki. Regarding if the predictions are right or wrong, Itaki assumed that seeing that there is no other Uchiha than Izumi and Suzuki in these, and Itaki is in just a photo, it is clear that there is some truth in it. Then does this mean, he should save Izumi? But she knows about the coup. Danzo will try something. Wait. Itaka's 3 Tomo Sharingan spun and they turned into the Mangekyo pattern. I can try this, or Shisui's Mangekyo. There is still 10 years in war. He wasn't sure if his Mangekyo will do the work, but Shisui's will definitely. But he didn't want to waste it, since it takes 10 years to recharge, which he was going to keep for Suzuki, and now even if the off-chance Orochimaru reincarnated him as Edo Tensei. But what if, he has the second Mangekyo? Itaka started making other plans. If he killed Danzo right now, there wouldn't be much of a problem since he is going to be a rogue ninja anyway. But he wouldn't be able to provide intel to the village and Hokage will seriously consider him a criminal. Maybe, he won't. Regarding the fake Madara, he can make excuse that Izumi was his girlfriend and couldn't kill her. Itaka suddenly had a thought. How did Orochimaru reincarnate people able to destroy Konoha? Itaka didn't know what it took to summon a dead person, but DNA or chakra, it must be one of the most important component. And a man like Danzo would definitely have that. Itaka froze. If Danzo can order him to wipe out the clan, what if? Itaka stopped thinking about it and headed to the Hokage building. According to ANBU procedure, he has to present all the predictions to the Hokage, but he will add something more. With his Sharingan, he drew another poster in which Danzo was meeting with Orochimaru, and talking about DNA. He used the exact art style and exact colors and shade. He will put Shiori under genjutsu to make her think that she made this too, and tell the Hokage about delay in this by using Akatsuki who approached him. Itaki resolved himself. He will eliminate the risk of Danzo. Tomorrow, Izumi won't die and Danzo will. Chapter 33, Uchiha Massacre begins. Third POV. As Itaka handed the 5 predictions to Hiruzen, he frowned. Why were you late in getting these here? I encountered that. Hiruzen's frown deepened. Some years ago, Itaka had encountered a man with spiky hair and a mask, who killed his Genin team and Jonin sensei. Itaka has also told him that he has seen him getting in and out of the Uchiha clan without getting detected. What is it planning? He disappeared before I could catch him. Hiruzen took a deep sigh. It was concerning that this unknown man was lurking around, but the predictions were even more concerning. He didn't pay much attention to Sasuke becoming father, and stared at Jiraiya dying. Second child of prophecy? That's new. And if Izumi is going to teach him or her, she will be 17 to 18 in Shiori's generation. While becoming a Jonin by that age isn't impossible, becoming a Jonin sensei at that age is unusual. Minato was the youngest Jonin sensei, but that was more of babysitting Kakashi, and that was during the Long Third Shinobi War. And why was Jiraiya dying with satisfaction in this? And going in water? He looked at another one, and it was Shiori being healed by an Uzumaki. Uzumaki? Sister-in-law. Oh, maybe Shiori wanted to meet me that day when I was away because of this. He then froze at Orochimaru's eyes. Edo Tensei, War, Army, Konoha's dist eruption in the previous one. He will have to call Jiraiya. And the last one was Orochimaru and Danzo colluding. Hiruzen believed that there are at least some truth in her predictions. Plus, her power has gotten stronger that she even got the dialogues in it. Hiruzen swiftly destroyed the Danzo Orochimaru collusion prediction. It will become dangerous for her if he hears this. Alright. Thanks for delivering these 4 posters. You can go now. Itaka nodded, and left. So Hokage won't take strict action against Danzo. I need your help to eliminate Uchiha clan. Itaka said in a deserted place, and a masked man appeared before him. I have an organization, Akatsuki. I want you to join it. HN. But in return, you won't touch Sasuke, Izumi, and Konoha. HOH? Is this Izumi your girlfriend? Getting soft, are we? That's none of your business. Alright. You have my word. When do I begin? Tonight at 9 p.m. You take out police, I will take care of the rest. Good luck then. And the masked man disappeared with a whirl. Asterisk. So you have decided, Itaki. Don't touch Sasuke, Danzo. Or I will spread the village secrets. I am not a child kidnapper. Asterisk. Itaki, you arrived from duty? Why did you ask me to come here? Izumi asked worriedly. But then, she saw a crow. A crow with a Sharingan with unique pattern. Izumi went limp, and Itaka caught her before she fell to the ground. Uchiha Massacre begins. Comment. 15 comment. Vote. 2 left. Chapter 34, Uchiha Massacre +1. Third POV. So this is the path you have chosen, Itaki. Fugaku said with his eyes closed, as he and Mikoto sat on the tatami, ready for what is going to come. Aye. Itaka faltered, his hands shaked for the first time in his life. He tried to apologize, but Fugaku interrupted. Don't be. Whatever path you chose, we are proud of you. Fugaku said, with the same proud voice he has always used whenever he praised Itaki, even in this situation. Itaki, you are a truly kind child. Mikoto said, having readied herself to die at the hands of her kind child. Take care of Sasuke. I will. Sasuke gets 72 hours of torture genjutsu. Itaka lurked around the village for a while. He has killed the root operatives with him, one of whom was the person who killed Shisui. He has killed everyone in clan compound, erased any memories of Izumi regarding the tensions between the clan and village, tortured Sasuke to hate him enough to not even contemplate suicide. A whirl appeared beside him, and Madara appeared. I have done my job. Now, let's head to. You wait outside the village, I have to take care of something else. Whatever. Don't waste more of my time. And Itaka disappeared into crows, making Madara to widen his eyes. So that was a clone? One clone of Itaki, transformed as an ant, went to Shiori's home. As the censor Anbu was busy on the scene of Uchiha massacre, he quickly used Tsukuyomi on her so that she remembers making 5 posters. Then his clone puffed away, and real Itaka got the memories. Now, he had to do the important thing. Retrieve Shisui's second Sharingan. Itaka didn't know if Danzo has transplanted Shisui's or someone else's Sharingan right now. The logical reason would be no if he had to use Izanagi and lose the powerful ability. So the location would be inside the root base. As Itaka saw the Anbu and Hokage going away with Sasuke, Izumi, and packing the dead bodies, Itaki appeared before Danzo in the root uniform of the operative he has killed. As Itaki opened his Mangekyo, Danzo was startled. Quickly putting his 2 men in Genjutsu to destroy the Uchiha bodies later, and using the time in which Danzo froze, Itaka gauged out the eye along with the bandage. It's Shisui's eye. Sensing the familiar chakra, Itaka was relieved that he wouldn't have to raid the root hideouts. Itaka backed away from the wind-style attack, and used Amaterasu. Arg. Danzo didn't have his Sharingan arm yet, so Danzo was dead. Itaka ran because of the commotion he has caused just now, and sent a crow to deliver the message to Hokage. After getting away, Itaka winced as he implanted Shisui's other eye in another one of his crows. He now has 4 crows with Mangekyo Sharingan. But it is necessary if he wants to protect Konoha, protect Sasuke. Chapter 35, Danzo? He is dead. Shiori's POV. No thanks. But. No thanks. I refused Hiruzen's request. It's been about a month since the Uchiha massacre, which happened exactly after the day I handed over the 4 paintings to Itaki. From what I could gather from the rumors, only a Chunin and his brother survived the ordeal. That said, Chunin apparently slept near the Naka River after her training, so she was blissfully unaware about what had happened. Sasuke is still in coma due to the heavy genjutsu, even after a month, and that said Chunin has stopped eating. Obviously, the Chunin is Izumi. And Hiruzen has decided that I, a 6, soon turning 7-year-old little girl, am the best person to babysit the Uchihas. Just give them a cat or something. Yeah, if you want to fight depression, get a cat. After all, cats are better than dogs. Shiori-chan, I am just telling you that I am thinking of giving the apartment beneath yours to Sasuke. After all, aren't Naruto and Sasuke friends? Is he high or something? Oh. He does smoke. Come again? Naruto didn't even remember who he was when he broke into our house some days before the massacre. Mine, Naruto's, same thing. Anyway, I don't need any dangerous elements in our lives. You know what? Ino likes that annoying brat, plus Yamanakas are famous for their mind-related jutsu. So why don't you just send them there? Shiori-chan, you know that you don't own the building, right? Alright. Do you know a good home insurance company? We had a stare down. I mean, I was staring up and he was staring down. I don't know what Hiruzen want to achieve by doing this, but I am not letting Sasuke getting close to my Naruto. If he pushes things, I will just buy a house, with insurance of course. Hiruzen sighed and took out a book from his drawer. Fuinjutsu by Jiraiya, Volume 4. Then I have an assignment for you. A Chunin named Kurane will arrive in some days after her mission. With her, you have to help the Kurama clan heir. Since you are using a unique script in Fuinjutsu, I hope that you will find some solution. And you have to do it without Naruto. Oh, that filler girl, what was her name again? Whatever. From what I remember, she had a split personality and very powerful genjutsu. But why is he giving this task to me? I looked at him suspiciously. You know, you are acting very weird, old man. Are you sure that the bandaged evil man didn't put you in a genjutsu or something? Bandaged evil man, oh, you are talking about Danzo? He is dead. Chapter 36, A Normal Day 1. I woke up, feeling incredibly refreshed. Yesterday, I heard the incredible news that Danzo is dead, and I hope he becomes a mosquito in his next life, only to get slapped to death before completing his short lifespan. And that means I can expect a certain butterfly roam around the world, but I don't really care. I mean, I have transformed the protagonist from a attention-seeking loudmouth to a training maniac that doesn't care enough to remember the names of many people, Sasuke who he one-shots, for example. And Danzo getting killed? This is the best thing that could happen to this accursed world. I am not sure why Taka killed him, but it is the first time I think that he wasn't that brain dead. Things are changing, and the attitude of Hiruzen has also slightly changed. Maybe because of losing his boyfriend? He didn't give the apartments below me to the Uchihas thankfully, but has given me an assignment to help a filler girl. Why he did that, he didn't tell. Well, I will just try, and if I am successful, I can become friends with her. Anyway, I have thought about the best way to get Karin, and decided that it would be much harder when she becomes a genin of Kusa. So, it's best to get her as soon as possible. Not like I want to save her from the abuse. Definitely not. I freshened up, and headed to Naruto's home, only to see him still sleeping. Where is his youth? Well, I will just let him sleep for now. He must be tired from all the training he does, especially now that he has a shadow clone to do the studying for Fuinjutsu and wind nature transformation for him. Leaving some soaked beans on his dining table, I went to train. Warm up, yoga, and then running. After 2 hours of exercise, it was 7 a.m., and the village was starting to rise. There were still 2 hours before the academy starts, so I did some kunao and shuriken practice. And well, I am not very good at them. I can get 8 to 9 kunaos right, on a stationary target, but only 6 to 7 shuriken. Shuriken just feel unnatural to me. Then I swung my practice katana that I got from Tenten's shop. Sword feels better in my hands, and feels more princess-y than kunao and shuriken. And if you are in anime world and not practice katana, you might as well kill yourself. Though, I don't really have a teacher and just swing it around. It's a good practice for my muscles. Naruto doesn't like it very much though, and he likes kunao better, even if he isn't as good as Sasuke in it. Well, taijutsu like Gai Sensei and a sword don't go hand in hand. And I have realized that I am not going to be much of a taijutsu powerhouse as even Sakura beat me in a taijutsu spar 2 days ago. But at least I got the speed and reflexes. After a while, I returned home. I made chapatis which were obviously not circle, lady finger with spices and oil, and the good old rice with pulses. I eat more than when I was an adult in my previous life, and fully understand the obsession of rice for the isekai protagonists in most of the mangas who search for it. Japanese rice is the sticky type, with smaller but fluffier grains. That's why we can eat it with chopsticks. Naruto. Food is ready. Coming. Naruto came over, still half asleep. Naruto, did you not sleep properly yesterday? I was trying to cut the leaf. And I got a small cut on it. I am sure that it wouldn't take much time to cut the whole thing in half. Whoa. But still, sleep properly and have good rest, okay? Yet. As we ate, I picked up the rice from Naruto's cheek, and licked it. He still isn't blushing. Well, puberty hasn't hit him yet. Boys hit it around 13 to 14, right? Well, it's the ninja world, so I can't really be sure. I will have to deal with cramps in some years. It's an unevolved part of human body, really. It's not like we want to be pregnant from such a young age. I wish there was just a hormone in which we will get the uterus preparation when we are in the mood. I wonder if boys experience painful things with puberty as well. Maybe they suffer for something like their dragon not calming down? Well, I will know about all that through Naruto. Alright. Get ready, or we will be late. And before that. Shoo. Kiss. Thanks for your hard work. Asterisk. As we arrived, much to my surprise, Sasuke was present. So he has woken up? He looked terrible, with bags under his eyes even after sleeping for a month. Then he turned towards us, towards Naruto. Glaring menacingly. And Naruto was, obviously not paying attention, and copying Shikamaru. Sigh. Your family got killed doesn't mean that you can glare at my family. I went in front of Sasuke, glaring at him. Brat, keep your eyes off my Naruto. Shut you. Look here, I know that you are suffering and all, but I am warning you. If you even try to take it out on my Naruto, I will plant paper bombs all over you. And, get a cat. After warning him, I went back to my seat beside Naruto. Sasuke-kun. Alright. Fang girls. The most annoying thing that this world could have. They are what? 6 or 7. What a bunch of child predators. Thankfully, Sakura isn't like that. She is a predator for someone else. Someone with black hair, with a pineapple hairstyle. Shikamaru-kun. Can you solve this problem? Troublesome woman. Let me sleep. Apparently, Sasuke isn't really cool enough since he always loses in the most embarrassing way since Iruka always pair him and Naruto in the spar. So, Shikamaru is cool since he easily did the maths problem she was stuck at. Well, I am good with it. Poor girl had to suffer to become a single mom. Having Rinnegan and can't even come back at least once or twice a year. As if. I looked at the sleeping Naruto, and had a thought. What if once Sasuke gets Ataka's eyes, he implants Sasuke's? At least one? Then once Sage of Six Paths gives his chakra, wouldn't he also awaken Rinnegan? Now that's something really good. First of all, Naruto will have to get every Baijuyu's chakra so that the foolish Hago Romo comes. I am sure by just getting Sasuke's eyes, the condition will get fulfilled. But why not also get chakra from every Baijuyu? If Naruto gets Rinnegan, I will feel secure. Sasuke's didn't know how to use Rinnegan, but human path is very dangerous as Nagato used during War Arc. Flying Thunder God will save him, sure, but I suddenly feel that implanting Sasuke's eye in Naruto will be a good idea. Plus, it will help against Otsutsuki's. If I can't get hands on all the Uchiha fortune since Izumi is here, I sure can get his eyes as compensation. But the thing is, will Naruto be willing to do that? Chapter 37, Sasuke. Third POV. Sasuke has finally woken up yesterday. He looked for his mother, then realized that she was no more. His mother, his father, his clan, all of them were dead. Dead by his own brother's hands. He saw the same events again and again in the genjutsu. Again and again and again. Sasuke felt intense hatred just by remembering his Itaka's cold face, and cold voice. You aren't worth killing. That voice lingered in his head. Where did his kind brother go? Was all of that just an act? Was he under a genjutsu of his naivety? Sasuke felt horrible. He hasn't spoken a word with his father since he slapped him. And now, he was dead. He wouldn't be able to talk to him again. You are awake. Sasuke's head snapped towards the familiar voice. Izumi. She's alive. But she looked horrible. Her eyes were empty, with bags under her eyes. She looked skinny, and her smile looked hollow, too much like the dead bodies he saw in the genjutsu. Why, you are alive? Ha! Ha ha ha! What? Since older brother left me alive, now the younger brother doesn't want to? And you know what they say? Take care of you? Ha ha ha! I should take care of my mother's killer's brother? It's all your family's fault. I heard that you all were fighting for days. It's your fault that he snapped. But why do I have to suffer? What did my mother do? Ha ha ha! Sasuke was terrified of Izumi. She was laughing maniacally, but tears were rolling down her cheeks. Her words stabbed him. So it was him? It all happened because he broke into Naruto's house? That his parents started fighting? Did this push Itaka to snap? Izumi then ran towards him, and he screamed. Ah! But she was quickly caught by an ANBU, and knocked out. Sasuke started shivering. Izumi just tried to kill him. She just tried to kill him. The ANBU took her away, and the Hokage came running. Are you alright, Sasuke? Sasuke shook his head. How could he be okay? Here, drink water. Sasuke drank all the water in one go. He didn't even realize until now that his throat was incredibly dry. He coughed, but held it in. He had to be strong. After a few moments, he finally felt his heartbeat returning to somewhat normal. Sasuke, it's not your fault. Sasuke looked at Hiruzen in disbelief. How was it not his fault? Itaka was under a lot of pressure from the clan. He has been secretly struggling for years. He didn't snap because of you. Believe me, Sasuke. Nothing is your fault. Izumi has just been in a lot of grief. She didn't mean what she said. Sasuke had a flashback of the events when Shisui died. Itaka was scolded and accused of killing Shisui. Had that made him snap, or he really killed Shisui that time and was just acting like he didn't? He has to get answers. And kill Itaka afterwards. And for that, he has to become strong. Very strong. Then he remembered the immovable rock named Naruto. Someone who was just his age, but he couldn't even land a single hit till now. A single punch or kick was enough to take him out. You should rest for a few days, Sasuke. No. I want to go to academy. But I want to. Sigh. Alright. I will arrange an apartment for you. You wouldn't want to live in the clan compound, right? Sasuke shaked his head. He really didn't think he could now live there. Then come with me. The next day, Sasuke arrived in the academy, only to see Naruto was sleeping. Sasuke-kun. He ignored those voices. He didn't know why these girls followed him around. He wasn't cool or anything. He always lost in the most embarrassing way. He would understand if they followed Naruto, but he heard that he kicked a girl who approached him, and from then on most of them are afraid of him. And the most important reason? The purple-haired girl who made his poster when he was young, was ruffling Naruto's hair. He has heard girls whispering that she is scary. Sasuke felt an undescribable, intense jealousy against Naruto. He was strong. And he already has a wife to care for him. She feeds him in front of the class, makes his bento, and even teaches him something weird with ink and brushes. Naruto has everything, and he lost everything. Then, Shiori turned her head towards him, and started glaring menacingly. She came to him, and warned him in a cold voice. Brat, keep your eyes off my Naruto. Shut you. Sasuke wanted to shut her up. Her voice was annoying him. How she was fighting for Naruto was annoying him. But she cut him off. Look here, I know that you are suffering and all, but I am warning you. If you even try to take it out on my Naruto, I will plant paper bombs all over you. And, get a cat. Sasuke shivered. This girl is serious. Her eyes are telling it all. She turned away, and went back to her seat. She then smirked evilly as she kept ruffling Naruto's hair. Sasuke was both jealous and scared. And, why the hell did she tell him to get a cat? Sasuke scoffed. He shouldn't act like a wimp, scared of a girl weaker than himself. He has one goal, to get strong. Strong enough to get revenge. And he will use Naruto as a stepping stone to his goal. No. His life's meaning. Revenge. Chapter 38, A Normal Day, 2. Shiori's POV. Harano Sakura vs Hyuga Hinata. As both of them took their position, I already knew what will be the result. For a Hyuga, it's absolutely pathetic that she comes third in Taijutsu after Sakura and me, even though it is the one thing they practice. Seriously, everyone likes her just because of her boobs and that she was getting compared with the trash Sakura. She was a stalker from the age of 3, cringe that she fainted every time, and even had her only plus point nerfed in Boruto, her boobs. I wonder if I will get some nice ones? I drink lots of milk, but I am not really sure if that works. Not that I want ridiculous size like Tsunade. Those looked painful. As their fight started, Sakura dodged Hinata's strikes and delivered powerful punches and kicks, and soon enough, Hinata was out of the circle. I first said that Hinata is the third strongest in girls, but I can say that she is the least pathetic in the girls. I don't really understand why girls are not mostly athletic, even in my previous world. I can understand that there may be family preference for studying over playing, but this is literally the world of ninjas. Shouldn't they put at least more effort? Ino, who is a clan heir, is absolutely pathetic. I would never understand some general patterns of the world. Hehe, did you see that Shikamaru-kun? What a drag! My eye twitched at Sakura. Some things just never change. She is still a child predator. At least it isn't towards Sasuke, the husband who doesn't even remember the face of their 12-year-old daughter. I looked at Naruto, who was getting a lap pillow from me, while muttering something about grumpy and orange. I won't allow my Naruto to turn into the pathetic man his alternate self was in Boruto. A great man is someone who cares for his family and present in life, and doesn't send clones on birthday. Sigh. Why couldn't that Naruto learn something from Minato at how his desk was always devoid of papers? Absolutely pathetic, just like that hairstyle. Shiori vs XYZ. I cautiously got up while making sure that Naruto doesn't wake up, went to circle, punched that nameless girl out of the circle, and went back to my position, putting Naruto's head back on my lap. Then Sakura poked me. She whispered in my ear so that Naruto doesn't wake up. Shiori-chan, how can I get Shikamaru-kun? Hey child predator, hold your rabbits. But well, Shikamaru and Sakuta would look good together. Sakura is book smart, and Shikamaru is just really smart. Now, if I was Shikamaru, which type of person will I like? A. Someone who has an obvious crush on me, and pesters me endlessly. B. Watches clouds with me, and lets me sleep peacefully, but still different enough to scold me that she doesn't just becomes a Naralite. I would choose B. But that's something Sakura should come up with her own. People say that one shouldn't change to get love, but that's not really true according to me. If you are a shut-in who likes anime girl figurines, you won't really get someone all right in the head. And if love doesn't change you to be more like the person you love, then affection isn't really that deep. But I will just give her a hint. Well, how about try to look at things from his perspective to get your answer? His perspective. Yes. If you want someone, you need to think in their perspective too. What they need, what they absolutely hate and absolutely love, how they interact with their parents and best friend, what they like to eat, what they hate to eat, etc. etc. Like for my Naruto, I am the only one who will love him unconditionally, want him to become stronger while others fear him, get him a sensei like Guy Sensei to teach him, feed him, teach him reading, writing, Fuinjutsu, tell him bedtime stories, but even being strict with him, only allowing ramen once a week. For my Naruto, I am not just a part of his world, but his whole world. And since I do so much for him, he will do anything for me, his wife. He is bound to me with heart and soul, and even body once he grows up. Uchiha Sasuke vs Uzumaki Naruto. Not today sensei. You see, he got so engrossed in training yesterday that he... Naruto. Wake up. You have been sleeping even during the class. TCH. This damn loudmouth Irika. Naruto woke up from my lap. Hey. I said, Uchiha Sasuke vs Uzumaki Naruto. Aw geez. That's why you woke me up? He literally doesn't last a second. PFT. Sakura-chan, you sure are laughing. Well, so am I. I am just controlling my expressions. Fight me seriously. Sasuke shouted, absolutely furious. Oh, I am scared. Oh, I am scared. My head snapped towards Naruto. He really said what I just thought. Kaie. Naruto sleepily entered the circle, and as the match started, he was just dodging with his eyes half closed and yawning. This absolute disrespect, I like it. Very much. Why you? But I was shocked as Sasuke's kick slightly grazed Naruto's stomach. And it was not by accident. Something changed within Sasuke, his eyes to be exact. A one-tomo Sharingan. He still went flying away when Naruto accidentally punched him because of his sleepiness though. Chapter 39, Hiruzen's Plan. So, how were classes today, Irika? Hokage-sama, please do something about Naruto and Shiori. What happened? They don't listen. Shiori always has some Fuinjutsu book with her, and instead of listening to the class, she keeps drawing them. And when I try to scold her, Naruto glares at me as if he will kill me. Hiruzen chuckled. Irika was shocked. He was scared for his life by the Kyuubi's glare, and the Hokage was chuckling as if it is some sort of joke. And he is even asking and. As if he is a noisy neighborhood auntie. Irika controlled his expression, and continued describing how his class went today. Naruto was sleeping throughout the class today. When I threw a chalk at him, he dodged it, while asleep, and it hit Ino. I had to apologize to Inukai-san, again. The last time I apologized to him was because Naruto kicked Ino in the stomach and sent her flying, claiming that she was attacking him in broad daylight and trying to remove Shiori from his side. Hiruzen was surprised by hearing that Naruto dodged the chalk, while asleep. He was amused that Naruto has been growing so rapidly. If he went at the current rate, he would surpass Guy in Taijutsu when he is around 17 to 18. And that's a very big thing. Even Hiruzen didn't have the confidence to beat Guy in pure Taijutsu. Plus, with the amount of chakra and healing factor Naruto has, it wouldn't be surprising if he could perform Afternoon Tiger in merely 3rd or 4th gate. Hiruzen has been observing Guy's training, and couldn't help but admit that Afternoon Tiger is easily an S-rank technique. Though, Hiruzen wasn't sure if Naruto could learn the gates due to the Kyuubi sealed inside him. Plus, it is really hard for someone to open the gates who have large amount of chakra. He himself could only open up to 3 gates in his prime. And his chakra level, even in his prime, is almost just double of what Naruto has right now. And he is just almost 7. He shook his head. No need to get jealous of the chakra levels of an Uzumaki. And what more happened? As usual, they were in their own world. Shiori threatened Suzuki this time from what I heard, and when it was time for the spar, Naruto vs Suzuki awakened his Sharingan. He touched Naruto for the first time, but Naruto wasn't properly awake, had his eyes almost closed, and yawning while just dodging. But he still sent Suzuki flying. A one-punch knockout. So Suzuki awakened the Sharingan? How many Tomo? 1. Hiruzen sighed, secretly relieved. He suspected that Suzuki awakened the Sharingan during the massacre. But he was cautious if he awakened the Mangekyo. Shisui was 7, Suzuki is 7. Thankfully, he just has 1 Tomo, so that means he didn't awaken Mangekyo. Alright Irika-kun, you can go. Yes Hokage-sama. Speaking of Mangekyo, Izumi is a danger for herself and the village right now. According to Shiori's prediction, she won't have Mangekyo. But they can be very unreliable, and future can change. Like Danzo and Orochimaru colluding. Even though Ataka killed Danzo, Hiruzen didn't really feel pained about it. Instead, he felt relieved that someone else did a job that should be his. He, Kakashi and Tenzo have been going through all the root bases every night. And the things they found weren't pretty. Kids at the age of Naruto, even Konohamaru locked in prison and going through harsh training, many of whom were reported missing from Konoha and surrounding areas all over the Land of Fire. He couldn't even just let them out as if the daimyo gets the wind of it, he will stop the funding and the image of Konoha as a relatively nicer village will be ruined. He could only wince at the number of children and animals that were slapped with Hashirama cells. Especially the Project New which was going on for the last 20 years. It was still incomplete, but it is very much capable of doing destruction on the scale of 2 to 3 tails when completed. The DNA of 0 tails from the Land of Sky, Hashirama cells, Chimera technique and who knows what techniques were being used to create the artificial animal. If Danzo got his hands on it, who knows what his plans were. Thankfully, it wasn't complete yet, and Hiruzen has allowed the scientists to continue working on it right now, lest anyone escapes and another village gets it. Konoha has very less manpower right now after Uchiha are gone, and he has realized that Root can't be completely trusted. Some have even escaped to get revenge on Itaki. He really wished Minato was here. He was fast, so much so that Hiruzen didn't see papers on his desk after 12 p.m. Plus, he would have been swift in dealing with Danzo. Hiruzen sighed. All the troubles really come at the same time. Now Kurama clan has been demanding his help and support. A once renowned clan for their genjutsu and rich because of the plays and wide area genjutsu they provided for nobles during the ancient warring clans era are now a dying clan. Tsunade has warned them to stop the inbreeding, but they didn't listen. If they married people with strong yang, the defect of terribly weak bodies could be slowly removed in the next generations. But no. They decided to marry 2 people who had the highest yin, first cousins, and they gave birth to Yakumo Kurama. The second person who has awakened the Kurama Kekai Genkai since the foundation of the village. And she has so much yin compared to her little amount of yang chakra, that she has developed a demonic side, and burnt down the walls of the Kurama clan by her stupidly, absolutely atrocious genjutsu. Genjutsu isn't supposed to affect the real world. Hiruzen wasn't called the professor for nothing. He has mastery over almost entirety of Konoha's jutsu arsenal. Sure there are some things like Flying Thunder God, Edo Tensei and some more forbidden jutsus that he doesn't have mastery over, he knows their theory and has basic knowledge. But he doesn't know much about mental and soul-related jutsus. Tobirama Sensei knew about them since he literally created jutsus like Edo Tensei, and Orochimaru certainty knew more than him considering the cursed seal he has given to Anko. The only soul-related jutsu he knew was the Death Reaper seal which he recently learned after seeing Minato perform it and through the notes he made when Kushina was teaching him the Uzumaki Fuin jutsu. So he couldn't really help Yakumo in that regard. He placated the Kurama clan by telling them that he will send Kurane, but it will be just useless. But as he thought about Shiori, he decided to let her try too. Her abilities to see the future images in her dreams is just too mysterious of an ability. She even created 2 new languages, at the age of 5 and is teaching them to Naruto. Sure, Kakashi and even he learned something or other by peeking in her house, but since she applied that seal in her house, they can't see or hear inside. And asking her to tell them about it will just expose them of their peeking. Plus, Hiruzen had thought about a path for Shiori. Without chakra, she wouldn't be able to go much far, and he didn't want to endanger her by sending her on missions. She is just so valuable. So the profession of a Fuinjutsu specialist and researcher will be a good option for her. The idle thing she is thinking about as a business wouldn't be allowed to her. She is a high-profile person as it is, and if the daimyos and other nobles take interest and start giving missions to Konoha instead of their respective ninja village, it will just bring trouble. Konoha doesn't have the strength and manpower to protect more high-profile kids other than Naruto and Sasuke. And Hiruzen didn't really believe in the business thing. When businessmen try to grow larger than nobles, they are tried to be suppressed. Either by Konoha or other ninja villages. And for little girls, some nobles wouldn't really have good intentions. Villages like Suna under Raza wouldn't mind doing dirty work for money. So she must remain inside Konoha and not grow to a more high-profile kid than she already is. It's like suppressing a child, whose chakra abilities were already compromised because he couldn't keep Danzo in check, and he is already suppressing the next thing she wants. He feels guilty about that, but he needs to take decisions, like not telling Naruto about his parents and practically leaving the job of raising him to a girl just one day older than him. Well, in Hiruzen's defense, he has told Jiraiya to look for her sister-in-law. Sigh, he really disliked being the Hokage right now. Too much pressure, too less manpower. And of course, too much paperwork. Chapter 40, Obstacle. Author's note. I will be speed running some parts of the story for a time skip to the academy graduation. It has been 40 chapters and Shiori is still 6. Author's note end. Some days have passed, and I have been thinking about how to deal with the filler Kurama girl. She has a split personality, or so to say, her evil self. But it's not really should be evil. A person is never really good or evil completely. Everyone has both. And there is very thin line between good and evil. For example, if I try to suppress her evil side, I am good for her good side but evil for her evil side. I think the first step for her good side to be more dominant will be changing her environment. A clan that promotes inbreeding wouldn't really have a good environment. Plus, most of the noisy elders in every situation are just source of stress. Why is Hiruzen sending Kurane anyway? A stupid jonin who used genjutsu on Itaki? Wouldn't a Yamanaka be better? I bet he is just sending her for formality. And for some reason, me as well. Well, maybe if I study her, I will be able to develop some kind of mental construct in my mind to protect it and even snap me out of genjutsu. I don't think I need working tenkutsu points for that. What do I know about mind? Wait, maybe her evil self are her intrusive thoughts manifestation? Since her yang is so weak in comparison to yin, maybe that's why she can't control her intrusive thoughts? Now, no control over intrusive thoughts are more dangerous than an evil side. They can be from something as harmless as opening and closing the fridge's door as I am doing right now, to terrorist-level thinking. So, there are two possibilities I can think of about her problem from what I remember. It's either a split personality or a manifestation of intrusive thoughts. Maybe it can be just a Kekai Genkai, but aside from Otsutsuki related, majority of Kekai Genkais, not Dojutsu, can be created somehow. I think. Well, even if I am not successful in this, who cares? But I am now too invested in solving the problem to back down. Even if I am wrong, intense yin-yang balance is definitely a problem. Intense yang Ajura became stupid, and intense yin Indra became an extremist. Sure, Naruto is smart, but different kind of smart. He can't really do good in studies except Fuinjutsu, and I don't really force him since studying Will of Fire and history, geography and science isn't really necessary since he has me. But that's because even if he has very less yin than yang, he still must have more yin than any normal person. But filler Kurama girl wouldn't really have that much chakra, and that too will be mostly yin. So, what if I seal access yin? Not just yin part of chakra that she will have to mold, but just plain and simple yin? Soul is yin and body is yang. Soul may be immortal, but it certainly can undergo sealing. Cursed Seal and Edo Tensei are the prime examples of that. I went through my jewelry box and took out a small diamond necklace I bought recently. Diamond is one of the strongest substance, meaning it is full of yang energy. I bought it for 2M for trying to create some sort of chakra storage from Naruto. But I guess I will try to use it. And of course charge 10M just for working on it and 50M if I succeeded. With that much of money, I will buy a mansion with insurance. A swimming pool, gym, and many secret spaces would be good. I just hope there isn't a clause of act of God in it and they refuse to pay up by saying pain is God. Since Danzo is dead, I can work more freely. Plus, it's not like buying a mansion is a wastage of money. Land is one of the best investment, and once the 4th Shinobi War is over, I can sell it for 1,000,000 times more since it was the house that the savior of the world, Naruto, lived. I really want a private pool and a large bathtub. I don't really want to go to a bathhouse and be naked in front of so many naked people. And peepers like Hiruzen and Jiraiya. Maybe I can buy land in the Uchiha clan compound? The price will be dirt cheap since there was a massacre. But I will have to convince Sasuke, or Izumi, whoever is the in charge right now. Maybe I won't even need money for it. But well, before I start working on the seal, I have to draw up a contract. I immediately started writing it up, and after that was done, I went to Hiruzen. Asterisk. No. Why? I am using my jewelry, aren't I? I don't do things for free. Your diamond is of 2M, and you are asking 10M even if you don't succeed, and 50M if you do. I am worth more than a mine of diamond. I am doing it for rather cheap. So, what if they provide the diamond? Then just subtract 2M. Hiruzen eyed me in annoyance. I have depleted his and higher UPS pockets quite a lot since they are forced to buy my posters. And I can't help but be greedy for money. After all, money can buy one luxury. He took out a scroll from his desk, and handed it to me. If you succeed, you can join this research, and the fruit of it will be yours. I read through the scroll, and my eyes popped out. New? Its research is going on this early? Shouldn't Sumi or whatever's father be around our age right now? I looked at the contents of the scroll in contemplation. And then at the Hokage. Shouldn't this be classified or something? I don't know if you forgot about it, but I am not even 7 yet. He raised his eyebrow. And? You certainly aren't a normal child. And Konoha needs you to have something to protect yourself with. Naruto can't be with you all time. But, since I can't use chakra, will this even work for me? Aren't you licking your seals to use them? Honestly, you are the only person I have seen do that. Even I can't do that. What? So, did I get a plot armor? Oh, but the second Hokage could. I never really understood why he tried that though. Okay, so no plot armor. Moreover, I trust that you that much. I raised an eyebrow at that. Well, Hiruzen trusted Danzo too, so I don't really know how I should feel about this. But, things just don't seem to be right. Hiruzen is a person who didn't even give Naruto the scarf mother-in-law made for him. I don't know if it is canon, but it is believable. And I am not even related to him by student-student's kid relationship. So why is he acting like this? Tell me, old man. You are hiding something, aren't you? Oh? And what might I be hiding? I looked at his face, frowning. His smile feels weird, as if he is guilty. I became cautious. And I am starting to feel scared. He sighed. I am sorry to say this, Shiori, but you can't do business anymore. No idle thing, and no poster stall. What do you mean? What the hell is this old croony spouting? I am sorry for this. But you can't. Your prediction ability is improving day by day. Your ability is real, and I am sure of it. Danzo was really colluding with Orochimaru. You can't draw more attention than you already are. Of course, you should still sell commissioned posters, but without painting your dreams. Abruptly stopping will draw out more attention. Danzo colluding with Orochimaru? When the hell did I draw that? My life isn't some fanfic that I will do such a stupid thing. The man in front of me let Danzo get away with an assassination attempt on himself and Uchiha massacre. Colluding with Orochimaru is a small thing in front of him. Why the hell would I even try to do something to Danzo when Hiruzen is the Hokage? Look here, third Hokage-sama, I don't know what you are talking about. Wait, did Itaka used my poster to get rid of Danzo? With Sharingan, and his accuracy, copying my drawing style wouldn't be that hard. And this will allow him to eliminate a potential danger for Sasuke. But Itaka wouldn't leave such an obvious loose end, me. He wouldn't even need Kota Amatsukami to tweak with my memories for a bit. So what is happening? Shiori-chan, forget about what I said. And please, follow my advice. Konoha is weakened severely, and you have to think about your own safety. Alright. I hope he dies a painful death and Tsunade comes soon. I will do gambling with her to recover for the years of not making much money. Chapter 41, Fixing Filler Girl. I sighed as I was being led to some mountain by Kurane. Well, even if I am barred from making money right now by drawing attention on myself, like idol and predicting future scam, it's not like I can't try the less attention drawing things. Plus, I get to work on new, from what I remember, collected dark emotions to turn into chakra, like Zero Tail. Plus, it could even absorb chakra. Isn't it just the perfect pet for Naruto's perfect Jinchuriki training? I had thought that research on it would have started when Naruto defeated Zero Tail. But I guess it makes sense. It was said that Land of Sky tried to wage war on the whole shinobi world with the aerial advantage of that ship which was powered by Zero Tails. What a weird name for the country though. Land of Sky. Anyway, I guess I will put business from my number 2 priority to number 3. Number 1 is training after all. Still, after I fix this Kurama filler girl, I will try to make my mansion. I have around 17.6 M, and using the Uchiha clan compound will be extremely cheap since there won't be much demand for it. I just have to think of a way to convince Suzuki, or Izumi, whoever is the guardian of the clan. Sigh. Let's just focus on the task at hand first. Would you even be able to do anything? Kurane, who tried to use genjutsu on Itaki, asked me skeptically. If I am able to do something, will you teach genjutsu to my friend? Sakura was said to have a talent for genjutsu, but Kishimoto just made her Tsunade 2.0. Honestly, strong genjutsu lets you get away with most of the enemies. Itaki one-shot the young Deidara, Orochimaru, and who knows how many people. While I am not really sure if Sakura can reach Mangekyo level in genjutsu, she can at least reach a 3 Tomo level, right? If you manage to do something even if I can't, sure. I will teach your friend a thing or two. Well, I am not sure if you will be able to do anything anyway. Kurane, who used genjutsu on Itaki, shrugged. We reached the location, and there was a small manor, with 2 adults and a kid around 9 to 10 years of age waiting for us. I am Chunin Kurane. I am here as per your request to Hokage-sama. This is Shiori, and she will be assisting me. Thank you for coming. This is Yakumo, who possesses the Kurama clan Kekai Genkai. It allows her to cast a very strong genjutsu, and even control the 5 senses of a person. But we have very frail bodies, especially Yakumo. And around a month ago when she awakened her Kekai Genkai, a split personality took over her and attacked us. We have sealed her chakra right now, but we would like you to deal with it somehow. As I looked at their faces, they didn't really look different than ordinary people, except that they were very skinny, as if a gust of wind will blow them away. And the filler girl looked like she is on death's doorstep. If her split personality attacked them, it might be possible that she was angry at them. I looked at the small diamond necklace that Hiruzen handed me, covered in very small patterns and words. It's a really good thing that my father's job was writing names on rice grain in a very popular temple in Benares. At least being in the lowest of the middle-class family is helping me in this life. I have developed the seal to suck off the excess yin energy from her and seal the unhinged personality. As for the energy source of the seal, I have set it to the prisoner and Naruto provided chakra for the sealing. I don't think anybody's chakra can beat his except Hashirama and Kurama. It's a good thing that the special ink can even work on a diamond. It will suck out 3/4 chakra from her subconscious part of mind, which is generally the source of urges and all. Will it make her emotionless? I don't know. Will it affect her combat ability? As if she can move around with that body. Will it hurt her? Definitely yes. Do I care? Definitely no. I don't really know if emotions come under the conscious part of mind as well, so I kept the setting for 1/4 to remain of the yin of subconscious mind to remain. If she doesn't have any emotions, won't she easily become someone's tool? Like of someone cute with purple hair? I don't know. But I would like her to retain her emotions, you know, to feel something like gratefulness. Honestly, I don't really have much use of her. Her ability will obviously weaken with this, very much. And I don't want to be in proximity of some unhinged element like her, who may even put risk on my safety. Since I don't really know if this will really work. Kurane, who used genjutsu on Itaki, took the diamond from my hand and started staring at it in wonder. Did you make this? Yes. So, can I try my thing? Unblock her chakra and put her under a genjutsu immediately to keep her awake, but frozen in place and place a maths problem in her mind. Alright. Kurane removed the sealing tag from filler girl's head to wake her up, and the seal on her stomach to unrestrict her chakra flow. WA. And before she could realize what happened, she was put under a genjutsu. I cautiously approached her, and placed the diamond necklace on her head, and properly adjusted it to fit her head. Then, I gave it a lick. Blue chakra leaked out of the diamond, and markings spread to her whole head as the seal expanded. Will it really work? After a while, I saw Naruto's chakra pulling out her black chakra from her head into the diamond. So was it her evil personality and not the intrusive thoughts? I don't really know. Filler girl clutched her head and started screaming, "Arg! Well, it is tearing apart a part of her after all." Her parents tried to come close to her, screaming Yakumo, but Kurane put them under genjutsu. As Naruto's chakra pulled out more and more of black chakra from her head into the diamond, it started turning black as well. After a while, it finished its job and returned as the reinforcer of the seal, and compensating for the rest of the chakra source from within the seal itself. Meaning, her chakra will disappear itself with time. She stopped screaming, and opened her eyes. Did it work? It is the first time I was able to use a seal that was able to use Naruto's chakra. I will be finally able to develop a protective barrier for myself that will actually work for me. Not like Sakura's forehead bindai which will use her own chakra. But the question is, did it work? She looked around, but confusion wasn't very evident on her face. It was there, but her expression didn't express much. She then stood up, and it looked like she noticed something. She started shaking her body, as if curious and surprised. "Yakumo, how are you feeling?" Kurane cautiously asked. "Who are you? How did you do this? It feels like my mind is much clearer, and I think I can move my body much easier as well." I heard their exchange as I was hiding behind a tree, careful that she doesn't see me and puts me under a genjutsu. Well, her voice sounded less like a kid with too much energy and more like a salaried woman who has exhausted her emotions. An almost monotonous voice. Not like Ayanakaji, but her tone was very close to it. So, the question is, did it really work? Her parents woke up, and started asking parent questions from Yakumo. "Alright, please come with me to Hokage-sama. He will be able to tell what happened." So, did it work? Chapter 42, Project New. It worked. I sighed, relieved after hearing Hiruzen's judgment. Well, her chakra almost went to 2/3 of what it was, but it isn't necessarily a bad thing. Instead, it is a good thing. Her yin-yang is now less unbalanced, and it will allow her to be able to be physically more stronger. Though her muscle memory will also be affected, she can't really be the fighter type anyway. I guess that makes sense. It's no wonder that the nerds are mostly weak physically and athletes are mostly not very good in their schooling. I mean, mostly. Alright then, follow me. And that I did. Remember the route, and keep it a secret, even from Naruto. Yet. I will tell him about it when Hiruzen dies. I followed a transformed Hiruzen to an ordinary tea shop, and we went inside it, and then entered an underground passage. Whoa, it seems so secretive and exciting. But that soon turned out to be a long journey of me resisting the stench of gutter water, while Hiruzen didn't seem to be even a bit affected. We took a good amount of turns, and then arrived at a facility. It was some sort of lab, and a bunch of ANBUs were stationed around the facility. My attention went to a container. It contained a very small animal, with tiger legs, snake tail, and monkey face. Isn't new looking complete already? It's not complete yet. While it has a body that is complete, it doesn't have the conscience of even a baby. In simpler terms, it doesn't have a yin component. It doesn't have a summoning realm. Well, I do hope that you can solve the problem with your fuinjutsu. So I have to do the opposite of what I did for Kurama filler girl? And summoning realm. Here is the fuinjutsu seal of summoning without the hand signs. Don't try to do the summoning, else you will be transported to somewhere dangerous, and maybe eaten alive by large animals. Hiruzen said as he handed me a scroll. Obviously, I wouldn't do something as stupid as Jiraiya, not while I don't have the strength of even a genin. Well, I guess I can start working on space fuinjutsu to connect me and Naruto for emergency. Though I don't really know why it is in the space-time when there isn't really any use of time in fuinjutsu like this. Well, for assigning a summoning realm, maybe I can come up with a dimension, with the coordinates, d, x, y, z? But what if the dimension brings something dangerous? It's not like even Naruto will have enough chakra to create a dimension. Plus, it will require yin-yang creation of all things. Well, I guess I will just have to search for the best dimension by specifying the conditions in the seal. It will even allow me to hide in times of danger. The summoning dimension may not be that difficult compared to inserting a conscience. It needs to be naturally protective and caring towards me, but not too much like a yandere. It should be like a cute and loyal cat. After all, it has lion parts, which is a big cat. I have seen and read too much of space teleportation and dimensions in mangas, animes, and movies that I am sure that I can somehow work it out. But the soul and mental thing is the problem. It's a pity that I didn't read Bleach. Maybe I would have gotten some ideas because of it. Well, at least its body is complete. I don't have the patience to learn medical stuff. I will do it. Good. You can come here whenever you want. Here is the Fuinjutsu key to the lab. Only these 4 ANBUs will be here. Sparrow, pigeon, eagle, and parrot. And what about the scientists who created it? Well, Itaka killed them. I blinked at that. Why I don't believe Hiruzen. Well, I can at least assume that they are dead. So it's my personal project now. Good. I don't really want any interference now that I will be working on my pet. Alright, I will leave you here for now. Return home by 8 in the night. You might get a surprise. What surprise? I asked curiously. Isn't Hiruzen getting really generous? I have a bad feeling about this surprise. Who knows? He left while chuckling. Well, I will be just patient and start working on my project. The faster I finish it, the better. Let's get started on Project New. Chapter 43, Izumi receives a hickey. Orochimaru's POV. Orochimaru grunted in pain, with displeasure clearly shown on his face. Orochimaru was fascinated with Itaki as he entered the Akatsuki. It was just one person with Mangekyo who exterminated his entire clan except his brother and girlfriend, and even killed Danzo. Well, Itaki was always talented, just like Kakashi. But Kakashi lost his edge, and Itaki shined. And Itaki even had an advantage over Kakashi. He was an Uchiha. While both had Sharingan, Orochimaru clearly saw the difference between them. One was getting chakra exhausted after just 2-3 Chidori, and the other was exterminating his whole clan. Even he had a good number of Sharingans he had received from Danzo. But he wouldn't implant it directly like Kakashi. Not when he had the perfect jutsu for taking over Itaka himself. So he sneaked up to him, despite not it being his style. He was going to use a poison to paralyze him, since engaging in combat with a person who exterminated the Uchiha clan and killed Danzo will be just foolish, but things didn't work in his favor. He was already under Itaka's genjutsu to begin with. And in no time, he was engulfed in black flames, and ended up dead. It was so humiliating that he was killed for the first time in his life by a 13-year-old kid. He began to covet those eyes, an Uchiha vessel, more and more. If not for Kabuto reviving him from the cursed seal of one of his minions, Orochimaru would have stayed dead. But the body was very weak, and he would have to change bodies again in 3 years. So Orochimaru considered 2 options. Itaka's brother Sasuke, and his girlfriend, Izumi. According to Kabuto's information, she has gone crazy, and even almost attacked Sasuke in the hospital. So he felt that manipulating her wouldn't be that hard. In 3 years, Sasuke will be 11 and Izumi will be 16. If he took over Izumi, he will be able to train his body to perfection. But if he took over Sasuke in 3 years, Sasuke wouldn't be even in puberty. Plus, planting a cursed seal on Sasuke right now will increase the chance of him ending up as dead. In terms of talent, Sasuke has just awakened his Sharingan according to the reports from Mizuki. And Izumi awakened hers even before Itaki. She already has 3 Tomo, and she may even have Mangekyo but doesn't know it. So going by the best options, Orochimaru decided to first take over Izumi. If she is able to become perfect vessel for him, then good. And even if she doesn't, isn't Sasuke still there? Her face may be even useful in trapping Sasuke. With clear objective in his mind, he sneaked into the village to give Izumi a cursed seal of heaven. While Danzo being dead meant that it became harder for him to enter the village, it wasn't really that hard for him. In his host body, his chakra wouldn't be recognizable, even to Sarutobi-sensei. He quickly slithered his way to the area where Izumi trains, and smirked at how easy it was to get close to her. The ANBU watching her were fodder to him. They couldn't even make a noise. "Hello Izumi-chan." Izumi froze in her place as she saw him. He felt a genjutsu coming towards him, but a 3-tomo Sharingan Genjutsu didn't really work on him. Kukiku, say Izumi-chan, don't you want to get revenge on Itaki? But instead of engaging in conversation, she tried to run away. Smart girl. Though as if Orochimaru will just let her get away that easily. Snakes came out of the ground, and wound her up in her place, not allowing her to use hand signs to use ninjutsu. You aren't really even close to Itaki's level, even if you are of the same age. Orochimaru taunted her, making her to grit her teeth. Kukiku, what a lovely expression. What do you want? She snarled, and he just stated his purpose truthfully. Well, would you like to have power to get your revenge against Itaki? I can give you the power for it. She froze, and Orochimaru could see her battling her rational mind to not listen to him, and her revenge-driven mind telling her to get revenge through any means necessary. Well, Orochimaru will solve that problem for her. His neck elongated, and his fangs pierced her neck. Arg! As he withdrew himself, he smirked as the cursed seal appeared on her neck. Sasuke is too small right now to receive the seal, otherwise he would have given it to him as well right now. Just as he thought of that, he felt several ninjas approaching the area, so his snake swallowed Izumi, and he reverse summoned himself along with the snake. Right now, the world thinks that he is dead by the hands of Itaki, and since he is in a very weak body right now, he intends to keep it that way till he takes over his newest vessel. He cuckooed at how easy it was for him to kidnap his vessel. Soon, the power of Uchiha will become his. Kukiku, I can't wait to see Itaki's expression as I fight him with his beloved girlfriend's face. I wonder what he will think then. Inside the snake, Izumi was struggling as she was having an intense fever due to the seal. Today, she received a hickey. Chapter 44, The Surprise. Shiori's POV. Stretching my arms, I looked at my watch and saw that it was close to 8 p.m. now. Let's head home now. I went through the tunnels and gutter while trying hard to not breathe in the stink. At least Hiruzen could have told me to bring a mask. I have many of them since poison gas and things like viruses can even harm Naruto. And it's just not really comfortable to not have masks in home after the COVID. As I came out of the tea shop, I took a deep breath of relief and started leisurely walking towards home. Though, for some reason the street was filled with ninjas. Is there some sort of intruder? I quickened my steps towards home. As I saw Irika, I went towards him. Irika-sensei. What are you doing this late? I had some work. Can you please drop me off to home? It seems something weird is happening. He looked around, and then nodded. What could have happened? I can't tell you much, but a kidnapping happened. So stay safe in your home, and don't follow strangers. Kidnapping? Who could have been kidnapped that such a ruckus is caused? Is it Naruto? And no, it isn't Naruto. It is someone else. I sighed in relief. But, who could it be? Currently, me, Naruto, Sasuke and Izumi are very high-profile children barring the clan heirs. No one would really try to kidnap Ino Shikacho and Inyazuka. Hyuga would be very cautious about kidnapping after Cloud incident, and kidnapping from a Barame will be really hard. Did someone from Root did something since Danzo isn't here? Maybe it is Sasuke or Izumi. But won't they have very high security since they are the last loyal Uchihas? The thought of the surprise Hiruzen mentioned completely left my mind, and as I entered Naruto's home to check up on him, I was surprised by a red-haired girl with glasses. Hey Shiori-chan! Old man Hokage dropped her off here and said that he completed his request. Her name is Uzumaki Karin. As I was still in shock, Karin dropped into the world-famous Japanese full-on bow, with tears in her eyes, and started muttering, "Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Girl, I didn't save you for a thank you. I want you to be my bodyguard when Naruto is fighting important villains that he can't expend his focus on me and lose. I really don't care if you had the most tragic backstory that you went insane. Not really. Get up, sister-in-law. Sister-in-law. Naruto patted her shoulder. Yet. You are my sister, aren't you? That makes Shiori-chan, my wife, your sister-in-law. Look how proud he is when saying that I am his wife. He is just so cute that I don't want to correct him. Wife? But. Karin-chan, welcome to our family. Do you know to cook? A little. Then come to my house. Let's have some girls talk while you help me cook your welcome meal, okay? Okay. Naruto, talk to your sister over dinner. I am taking her for a while. Yoshiori-chan. I grabbed her hand, and lead her to my home, which is just besides Naruto. And oh, I totally forgot about Irika. You can go, sensei. Thanks for escorting me home safely. Huh? Then I will be going. He looked pretty confused and unsettled for some reason. Whatever. As we entered my home, I made her to sit on the bed. Then I pulled her sleeve which she was holding very suspiciously. Hey wait. No. She pulled her arm back, and covered it with her sleeve. Well, I was angry. She is just 6 or 7 years old. And so much bite marks. Those sick bastards. If I had the ability to evolve as a demon lord like Rimuru, I would use them as sacrifice. Oh. I should control my anger. Karin is getting scared. No need to be scared, Karin. I was angry at those sick bastards who did that to you. She kept shivering, so I patted her head. Sigh. I just hope she doesn't turn insane from all the abuse like she did in the original. Mental conditions means poor yin, meaning less chakra and thinking capability. It was evident in Naruto as well as how his mental capabilities got nerfed due to the treatment he received. No need to be scared. We are family now. How did you know about me? Well, keep it a secret, okay? I dreamed of you saving me in the future, and calling me sister-in-law. Now that I know that your name is Uzumaki Karin, I guess that the dream was true. She looked at me in shock. I wonder why is she making that expression, but... Again, welcome to our family, sister-in-law. Chapter 45, Epilogue to Volume 1. Please teach me Fuinjutsu. Sasuke appeared before us in the academy when Naruto and Karin were having a family lunch on the rooftop since Karin has just arrived. Why should I? I raised my eyebrow. Why does he suddenly want to learn Fuinjutsu anyway? There is someone I have to save and someone I have to kill. And Fuinjutsu is a skill that could be useful since he doesn't know much about it. Someone to save and someone to kill? I know who he wants to kill, but who is this person he wants to save? Who do you want to save? Izumi was kidnapped yesterday. Oh boy. Holy shit. How the hell did she get kidnapped? Shouldn't she have very high security? Was it Obito? No. He wouldn't do that till Itaki is alive. So. Orochimaru? Okay, this sounds scary. He wasn't able to take over Sasuke because of Indra bullshit. But Izumi? He totally would be able to. He was a menace even without his hands, and with getting an Uchiha body? He would be able to kill Hiruzen without getting his hands sealed, and maybe even gain Mangekyo after killing him. And since it is Orochimaru, he would be able to spam Mangekyo abilities with Hashirama cells. If it is something fodder like Amaterasu, then it wouldn't be that much of a problem. But if he got something OP like Kamui, it looks like I have screwed the plot for bad. But, who cares? If anything, Naruto will hunt down every single person on the planet who has cursed seal, and kill them all along with Orochimaru. KCM26 Path Sage Mode will certainly allow that. So about Sasuke. Suddenly, an idea came over my mind. Alright. I will teach you. But not for free. And it isn't my responsibility if you don't get it. Fuinjutsu is a complex art that requires discipline and talent. Not everyone can do it. What do you want? Asking for the complete assets of the Uchiha clan isn't a right thing for now. So. I want 3 things. First, I want some land in the Uchiha clan compound for building my mansion. It will be far away from your main house, and I won't touch that. But I will have to demolish several houses in the outskirts to build my mansion. As if I will allow that. Then no deal. He looked crushed, and after gritting his teeth and thinking a lot, he nodded. Fine. But you won't touch my house. I won't. Then the second thing is, a teaching fee. 500,000 ryo a month. How much is that? A young master, hey? It's just 5 times of one poster I sell. Alright. What an idiot. That only happens because I am special. The normal competitors cannot sell theirs for more than 100 ryo. And I wouldn't be able to charge that much slowly due to Hiruzen's order to shut down my business. Well, I guess I secured a source of income. And as for the last payment, I will tell you about it after you have killed Itaki. It will be something very valuable. I don't care about things after that. Just teach me. I smiled. I wonder if he will really give a Sharingan for my Naruto so that he can get Rinnegan? Well, even if he doesn't, Madara's Rinnegans won't get to waste. Plus, I better get some of Sasuke's blood. From my backpack, I pulled out a scroll, and wrote the contract with my blood-infused ink. Sign this contract with your blood. And you won't be able to back off from it like a summoning contract. What is summoning contract? I will teach you that later. But for now, read the contract carefully. Don't come crying to me that you can't fulfill the conditions. I will teach you till you are 15, and even if you stop learning from me, you still have to uphold the conditions. He looked over to the contract once, bit his thumb, and signed it without even asking for time to think over, or something like asking Hiruzen, or even Irika if they find something wrong with the contract. What an idiot. Well, can't blame him really. Trauma does turn people into idiots. Like Shisui dying turned Itaki into an idiot. I took the contract, and stored it in my bag. I will have to look for a secure location for it. Alright. I will be teaching Karin and Sakura starting from tomorrow. I will tell you the timings tomorrow in the academy itself. HN. Saying HN, he left the rooftop. A wind breeze blew past us, and Naruto looked at me in the eye. Shiori-chan, I think he is an idiot. Well, who knows? Author's note. Alright, sorry for the short chapter, but the next one is going to be long. It will be the start of second volume from the timeline of Naruto Part 1, from academy graduation to before the time skip to be exact. So, things have changed a lot. Naruto is strong AF, Sasuke already used the Sharingan at the age of 7, Sakura will be much stronger and not a bitch, Danzo is dead, and the biggest change of all, Orochimaru got Izumi. Honestly, I am rather proud of myself that I already came close to chapter 50, which is rare as many good fanfics are dropped before that. Anyway, comment the genin teams you want for Shiori. Mind you, people like Toru Ibarame, Sai, and his brother will be pulled out from the route to ordinary academy students. Author's note end. Chapter 46, Prologue to Volume 2. 9,997. 9,998. 9,999. 10,000. Good job Naruto. Currently, Naruto was doing push ups on the swimming pool, while I was sitting on him and reading a book. Many years have passed, and we are now 12 years old, and we will be having graduation exam tomorrow. During all these years, many things have changed. First of all, starting with myself, I have hit puberty last year, and because of that I am gaining height and feminine features. I am 5 feet 2 inches, and I have B-rank breasts right now. I guess I will become a powerhouse in that speciality in the future. Though going through puberty and the problems that come with it are annoying as I got used to the child life, I fully embrace the change. I won't be flat in this life. My strength has been steadily increasing. I am the 5th best in Taijutsu after Naruto, Sasuke, Karin, and Sakura. It's not talent, but sheer hard work. My Kenjutsu has gotten acceptable for now, but I don't really have someone to measure against or someone to learn from. I hope that Hiruzen will give me a Jonin sensei who is proficient in it. In Fuin Jutsu, while I have learned till the B-rank seals, I can't really perform them with hand seals. I have to draw them, which takes annoyingly long. But I have been able to develop many seals that will help me. I have developed that gauntlet like in Boruto, but it is more useful as it has the function of letting me store chakra for offensive, defensive, and summoning jutsu, bringing me out of genjutsu, and absorbing up to 4 raise nans. I mean, storing them for my use. It pricks at my skin to snap me out of genjutsu, and sends chakra for Naruto. I haven't told anyone about it except. Well, Naruto doesn't need it anyway except for snapping him out of genjutsu, and maybe store an enemy ninjutsu if he can't dodge. I have been able to find a dimension for Nu, and I can even summon Naruto directly to me. Though summoning Nu from the dimension takes a lot of chakra that I can store in my gauntlet, almost half of it. Speaking of Nu, it is still in its baby form, and doesn't have consciousness yet. Providing it Naruto's chakra hasn't done anything. I am stuck, and I need something to give life to it. And that something may be Galal stones from that movie. Maybe even I can use them so that I get a healing factor and my Tenkatsu get healed properly. Sigh, but I don't remember much of that movie and don't know how to procure them. I just have to leave it to Naruto to bring me them. And even after he brings it, I will have to work on how to use them. And I have been learning about poison and stuff too. Anyway, speaking of non-shinobi stuff, I have built myself a majestic Japanese-style mansion, or maybe a palace. Teehee. I have taken over 1/4 of the Uchiha clan compound to build it. I specifically requested Tashuna from the Land of Waves, as he even built an aircraft in the Kakashi's novel. I have a good number of houses in it, a big swimming pool, an office to serve as the headquarters of my company, training grounds, and even a hot spring-like bathhouse and spa. Plus, various secret passages, and underground stuff. I have shifted the new project inside the underground facilities of my manor. There is even a kitchen garden. I have reinforced barriers around my mansion, palace to direct the shockwaves and force into the underground power generator to create electricity out of it. I don't really know if it will withstand Paine's assault, but there is insurance to take care of it. Sure, it takes 200,000 ryo a month, but it will at least cover the cost of rebuilding and has not conditions like Act of God. There was literally a movie made on this theme, so I wouldn't forget it. Anyway, Tashuna built quite a good palace, and it also allowed me to establish connections with him, which will facilitate me in investing in Land of Waves in the future after Naruto saves it from Gato, where Gato will feel guilty and hand over all his money and assets to me. Land of Waves is often overlooked, but it has a really good location. First of all, it's an island, perfect for developing a tourist destination. There won't be any scarcity of fishes for restaurants and resorts, and it is very close to Land of Fire and Land of Whirlpools. It can also be a trading port for the southern island countries from the Land of Fire, and it actually is as stated in the manga and Kakashi novel. I have decided on which land's queen I want to become. Land of Whirlpools. The country where the Uzumaki resided. It is a country of group of islands, just like Japan is. It is very close to the Land of Fire, and can serve as a connecting point for Kiri, and the other side of the continent where places like Land of Demons exist. Plus, it is mother-in-law's village, and Naruto will become Uzukage. I think it is much better than him threatening the Fire Daimyo to adopt me and retire along with his family. Plus managing such a large country will be really hard and tiresome. After all, I wouldn't want to ignore our children to follow my dream. There may be lack of energy, but what about the Galal stones and that dragon thing in another movie? Plus, it's not like I wouldn't invite some baijuyu like Isabu to live there. He can give some chakra as a rent. Anyway, now speaking of Naruto, I am sure he can beat even Jonins in Taijutsu, though of course except people like Kakashi and Gai-sensei. He has shadow clone already from that time I coerced Fugaku. Multi-shadow clone isn't that different from it. It just has a multi. I taught him the Raise-Nan training method a year ago, and he can already form it with one hand, without needing shadow clones. He has trained his wind style to an extent that he can even cut metal as if it is made of butter. He can even make a sword out of kunao like Danzo did by coating it with wind style chakra. Though I wonder which second chakra nature will be the best for him? Maybe earth style since his wind is seriously offensive, and earth is a major defensive nature? Or maybe water style since it will be very versatile and the water prison is OP as hell. Or maybe lightning to further increase his speed and defense like Reikage. I don't know, but it is for him to decide. Anyway, I have bought kunaos like Minato to give it as a gift for his graduation. Since he now knows some amount of space Fuinjutsu to be able to go in and out of News Dimension, is incredibly fast and has incredible reflexes, and even very high durability, he should be able to learn Flying Thunder God. The only reason he didn't learn it even in Boruto was to nerf him. Is Heike wouldn't be able to even touch Naruto's hair if he learned it. Anyway, my Naruto absolute crushes every Chunin and many Jonins as well. I have been feeding him poison as well to develop immunity by asking Hiruzen. Low-level poison absolutely don't work on him anyway, and mid-level poison give him a stinging pain for just an hour and so. I haven't learned anything of the high, ultra high, and ultra pro max level poisons and antidotes. Then, Karin is also a powerhouse. She also has ridiculous stamina, though not as ridiculous as Naruto, but even more than Sasuke because of her chakra and Uzumaki genes. Even though she doesn't have much talent for Taijutsu, she is still fourth in our class after Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. She is the most talented after me and Naruto in Fuinjutsu, and is excellent in chakra control despite her chakra reserves. She is very good in sensing due to her Uzumaki ability, and hasn't awakened her chakra chains yet. Honestly, Naruto feels jealous that he doesn't has the mind's eye of Kagura and other Uzumaki abilities. She is very good with poisons, even more than me and slightly less than Sakura. Speaking of Sakura, she was such a wasted potential in the OG series. She absolutely has very good potential in Taijutsu. Strong Fist will complement her chakra-enhanced strength in the future, and she is really good at strong fist. She has very good genjutsu, and Kurane, who used genjutsu on Itaki, was impressed by her talent. She shouldn't have underestimated me when I was going to fix filler Kurama girl. She is the best in chakra control, and can even swim without getting wet by coating chakra around her. She is the best in poison and stuff, and better than Suzuki in Fuinjutsu. Though she still has a fangirl side, but since it is towards Shikamaru, it is fine. It's good actually. She has decided that if she can't be his equal in the brains department, she will complement that weakness by her strength. This Sakura is not useless. Anyway, speaking of Suzuki, he seems very frustrated. He hasn't been able to land a single hit on Naruto since that day when he was half asleep, even with his 2 Tomo Sharingan. He dodges sometimes, but he can't land a hit. He is the slowest among the 3 people I have been teaching Fuinjutsu, Karin, Sakura, and him. He is frustrated that I am charging fees only for him while I am teaching Karin and Sakura for free. And that 500,000 a month is actually a big amount. I have got 30M and such vast land to build my palace because he was reckless. He is still the second strongest in the class, but the gap between him and Naruto is just too big. You can't do anything even if you can see the movements if you are not fast enough. Well, he is still at least a mid-chunin level already in terms of fighting prowess. But my Naruto absolutely blitzes him, and doesn't care or know much about him, except that his Shiori-chan is teaching him Fuinjutsu by charging ridiculous amounts of money and land. There are also many other changes as well. People like Sai, his brother Shin, Torunabarame, and Fuyamanaka are in our class as well. Except Sai, all of them are 1 or 2 years older though. And Torchin remains even more covered than Shino, with only his face slightly visible. He is the only one who can cause trouble to Naruto, before a shadow clone seals him though. Honestly, Abarame are one of the main sort of people who can fight the chakra-absorbing Otsutsukis. But they are always ignored. Anyway, there is still no news of Izumi, and I am afraid that Orochimaru would have already taken over her. So I don't know how the plot will play out. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to save her, but hey. At least it did something good that Suzuki has both saving and revenge on his mind. Focusing solely on one thing makes you blind. Well, let's just hope for the best, and focus on graduation exam. Chapter 47, Team Placements. The graduation exams happened, and they weren't really that much to talk about. Written test, Taijutsu spar, throwing kunao and shuriken, and 3 basic academy jutsus. Honestly, one would think that they will increase the level while thinking that they might go to war in some years, but no. I really can't fathom what goes into Hiruzen's head. Both I and Naruto passed despite not being able to perform all the basic jutsus. I couldn't perform any, and Naruto couldn't perform the basic clone. But well, I passed due to Fuinjutsu speciality and Naruto with his multi-shadow clones. The top 10 graduation ranks are like this. First, Sakura. Second, Naruto. Third, Suzuki. Fourth, Karin. Fifth, Shino. Sixth, Torun. Seventh, me. Eighth, Fu. Ninth, Shin. 10th, Sai. Well, Naruto would have gotten first if not for science, geography, and history being included in the written test. And Sakura scored perfect score in it along with me, and she is an all-rounder. Sakura is the rookie of the year. Het. I can literally feel some energy from another world at this. After all, Sakura isn't useless. Kurane, who tried to use genjutsu on Itaki, had to teach Sakura some genjutsu since she didn't believe in me while fixing Kurama filler girl. Speaking of Kurama filler girl, she graduated 2 years ago and came to thank me because she didn't have any outbursts since then. Well, her yin trapped in the diamond has died down after getting exhausted. I have developed that seal to kill Orochimaru, but it will require Naruto to detect everyone who has a cursed seal on the planet by using KCM and Sage mode. And even then, I am not sure if that will kill him. I just hope he has lost interest in the worldly matters after obtaining Izumi's body, and has turned into Boruto Orochimaru, who doesn't have interest in destroying Konoha and all. Though I kind of want him to kill Hiruzen so that Tsunade arrives and somehow fix me. And it will be fun to gamble with her, even if gambling is a vice that led to even wars in the past. I won't go down into that much depravity. It's just money, and some more money. Plus, it's no risk if I know that the opponent is going to lose. Still, I will start with very less money. Alright. Pay attention. I am so proud of you. Iruka started his boring speech and all, but he didn't really become sympathetic to Naruto. At most, he is a neutral guy. And speaking of Mizuki, Karin noticed on her first day that he doesn't have good intentions and we told Hiruzen about it. It's been about 5 years, and he is still teaching. Apparently, it is better to have a spy we know about than a spy we don't know about. But wouldn't it be better to weed out all the spies? I guess Hiruzen just doesn't have that strength and backbone. I will announce the team assignments now. First, Team 7, Uzumaki Naruto, Uchiha Sasuke, and Hyuga Hinata under Jonin Hitaki Kakashi. Wait a minute. I understand Naruto and Sasuke, but why the hell is Hinata on my Naruto's team? Wouldn't Karin be better to suppress Kurama when she awakens her chakra chains? I had made sure that Naruto doesn't encounter a white-eyed doormat like her since he was a kid. Let her be bullied by random toothless guys despite being the heir of a clan that has the strongest taijutsu. I looked at her, and got the urge to do something really bad as I saw her blushing and being shy. Sensei, I want to be on team with Shiori-chan. Humph. See that doormat? You are no match for me. But speaking of which, I don't really want to be on team with Naruto. All sorts of crazy things happen to his team. I would have liked if it was Karin or Sakura. Karin doesn't really have a crush on anyone and Naruto is her brother, and Sakura is crazy for Shikamaru. TCH. I guess I will have to give a warning to that doormat. If she doesn't understand, I will use the seal that I used on Kurama filler girl. Or maybe her getting caught in a trap in the forest of death. I wonder what will be the best way to deal with the problem with no one noticing. Iruka coughed, and shaked his head. This year's list has been made by Hokage-sama himself. So don't complain. Humph. I guess I just have to wait for 6 months. She looks kind of creepy. Much like that Niji or whatever his name was. Tomu. Naruto whispered to me, and I nodded. The Akugan is the perfect dojutsu for perverts and stalkers. I wonder how many Hyugas keep it active during the night. I have been working on seals to block their sight. I don't want anyone peeking into my palace when I eat Naruto. I don't have much time for that. Next, Team 8, Abarame Shino, Harano Sakura, and Inyazuka Kaiba under Ui Kurane. Sakura looked sad and depressed. She got paired up with 2 dogs and a guy she wouldn't really know about. She was looking longingly at Shikamaru, who was side-glancing her. I wonder if they have had some developments till now? And Kurane, who used genjutsu on Itaki, is actually a good sensei for Sakura to train in genjutsu. Team 10, Nara Shikamaru, Yamanaka Ino, and Akimichi Chuji under Sarutobi Asuma. Alright, no changes here. Team 11, Yamanaka Fu, Torun Abarame, and Shin under Abarame Shikai. What's my team number and who is my Jonin sensei then? I can now guess who my teammates will be, and I am satisfied with that. Team 13, Uzumaki Karin, Shiori, and Sai under Uzuki Yujeo. Uzuki Yujeo. I think I have heard this name in the anime, but I can't really pinpoint it. Maybe she is a filler character? Well, I hope she is a Kenjutsu user and can at least teach Karin Iryo ninjutsu. And I guess Sai is there to take us out of a sticky situation by flying us off with that drawing whatever jutsu. I am learning it if I am able to. The team arrangements are fine, but just Naruto's team has a problem. Hinata. I smiled sweetly at her. Honestly, how could someone feel displeasure against such a cute creature? Certainly not me. I am not lying. Chapter 48, Introductions. So Hinata-chan, why don't you introduce yourself? I smiled very sweetly at the doormat after I had cornered her during the lunch break. I am Hyuga Hinata. And care to tell me what that blushing and all was about? Wow. She has the audacity to blush right now, in front of me. Alright, I guess her days are numbered. I will start to make a plan for disposing her off. The world doesn't need her. You have made a mistake. You really have the galls to try to pursue my Naruto, And oh. You still have time. Ask your daddy to get you out of this team, and don't appear in front of us. And have you been stalking him too? I guess I will complain to your father. I wonder how disappointed he will be if the failure of the clan heir is stalking around someone else's man instead of training. Now I understand why Niji is always frustrated and rants about destiny. Oh ho! Look now. The heir of the strongest clan started crying. Pfft! Go fuck yourself, bitch. After warning her, I started to go to my team while trying to come up with something to deal with the annoyance, but she grabbed my arm. I mean, tried. I swatted her hand away instinctively. What? I don't like Naruto-kun. It was because of Sasuke-kun. My eyes widened at this cute creature's declaration. Now that I think about it, isn't she really pretty? Isn't she really gentle? Didn't she born into the wrong world of violence and wars? What is this adorableness she is excluding? Come with me. I will give you the tutorial for beginners to seduce boys. Hey! Don't worry. This Oni-chan will teach you everything. Hey! Whoa! Such an adorable confused creature. Yujo's third POV. Yujo sighed as she was about to enter the classroom. She had observed her genin team during the lunch break, and it certainly wasn't boring. Sai was drawing trees, Karin was making HRMMMM sounds while trying to awaken something, and the most interesting was Shiori. As an ANBU from the Team RO, the most important squad, she knows that Shiori is important. She has guarded the kid along with Naruto in her early years as ANBU. She was specifically pulled out from ANBU to keep her safe as her Jonin sensei. Shiori cornered Hinata Hyuga, and had a very interesting conversation with her as she read Shiori's lips to determine what she was saying. It amused her to no end as how the conversation went from calling Hinata a bitch to telling her how to seduce Sasuke. Though some advices were quite stalkery. And then she threw away Hinata's jacket. Yujo nodded in approval at that. Don't hide your weapons like that. At time, the three of them returned to the classroom, and Yujo came to get them. I am Uzuki Yujo, a Jonin specializing in Kenjutsu, sensing and have some knowledge of medical ninjutsu. Now, introduce yourselves. I am Sai. I like drawing and my brother. I have some skill in Kenjutsu. Okay, he looks slightly nerdy, but overall okay. At least he is better than those older emotionless puppets of the root. He has some expressions since he got out of the root young. Next. I am Uzumaki Karin. I am good at sensing and taijutsu, and would like to learn medical ninjutsu. And I am Shiori. I only have taijutsu, fuinjutsu, and want to learn kenjutsu. I will be in your care, Yujo-sensei. Wow, what a graceful introduction. Pretty different from just some time before when she was bullying Hinata. Alright. So you haven't become Genins yet? What do you mean? Didn't we pass test already? That's not entirely the case, Sai. You may have become academy graduates, but for becoming Genins, you will have to pass my personal test. It won't be anything hard. You just have to try to land a hit on me. So let's meet at the training ground 13 at 9 AM tomorrow. Yes, sensei. Good. And Yujo body flickered away. Asterisk. Kakashi's third POV. Do we really need to do this? Yes. Kakashi held a sigh as he followed Hiruzen. He has gotten a Genin team this year again, and this time, it has Naruto in it. Naruto, Uchiha Sasuke, and Hyuga Hinata. Naruto would have gotten the highest score in the academy, even better than Minato-sensei if not for the written test. According to Guy, he is already better than everyday Jonin in Taijutsu. Well, that's something. He winced thinking that he didn't know much about him other than the guarding he did till Naruto was 5 to 6 years old. Then Sasuke was also talented. Not like Itachi, but talented nevertheless. He already has 2 Tomo Sharingan, and has got 3rd position in the academy. Poor kid had his clan massacred, and the only other survivor, Izumi, kidnapped. It isn't even know if she is dead or alive. And then, Hinata. Kakashi wasn't really sure why she was on the team. For a Hyuga, she didn't even come in top 10 of the academy, even in Taijutsu which should be her speciality. Wouldn't it be better to have Karin instead? Once she awakens her Uzumaki chains, she would be able to suppress any rampage from Kyuubi as well. And if it is because of sensory ability, he doubted that she would be any less capable than Hinata's Byakugan. From what he remembered, Kushina could sense the entire village easily. Why Hinata? Because she likes Sasuke. End. What end? That's it. Kakashi looked shocked at 3rd Hokage's reasoning. That's the reason? He took out his favorite book, Ika Ika Makeout Tactics, manga version. While he liked the novel, manga visuals were very satisfying. They entered the Hyuga clan, and even though everyone was either giving him the stink eye or a proud look for some reason, he continued being engrossed in the artistic book. Oh Aya, you shouldn't have inferiority complex. You are beautiful. Kakashi. Put that away. Yes, Hokage-sama. TCH. Just when he reached to the interesting part for the 407th time he has read the book. As they entered the main house, Hayashi was training his youngest daughter. I will be her Jonin-sensei from now on, Hayashi-sama. You are wasted on her, Kakashi. Do whatever you like with her. Okay, he didn't really expect much from the Hyuga. Then they came to Sasuke's apartment. Clean and orderly. So how is he doing? Frustrated. He wants to kill Itaki and save Izumi. But we don't know if she is even herself anymore. Jiraiya hasn't been able to find Orochimaru, but he is definitely alive and it is his work. Kakashi grimaced at that. He is definitely going to be the most complex and difficult student. Then they headed to Naruto's home. He has moved from the apartment to inside the Uchiha clan in the palace Shiori has built. How did she do that anyway? Third Hokage chuckled, well, I didn't expect her to not even care and scammed Sasuke. She took over 1/4 of Uchiha clan land, and charges 500,000 ryo a month to teach him Fuinjutsu. 500,000? That's 2 B-rank missions. Sasuke tried moving back into the clan compound since they are living here, but he couldn't due to trauma. So right now, only Naruto, Shiori and Karin live here. Aren't we going inside? We can't if we don't have permission. If you want to risk your life by getting ripped off your consciousness, drained of your chakra, frozen in place, cut into pieces by a giant vegetable shredder, then you can try. No, I am good. Kakashi didn't have the interest to inspect their homes to begin with. Alright, then you should go to meet your team. And don't be late. Yes, Hokage-sama. And he got 3 hours late. It wasn't his fault though. A black cat kept crossing his path every time he tried to enter the academy. As if someone was practicing genjutsu on it without his Sharingan. What a cruel person. He must have a large number of dogs. On another note, dogs are better than cats. Anyway, he expected his potential team to be irritated. He didn't really have much choice but to pass them, but he liked to think that he has the authority to fail them if they are not up to the standards. But surprisingly, they were not irritated because he was late. Naruto was doing push-ups, well, push-downs considering he was doing it on the ceiling. Sasuke was running up the wall and falling down, and then glaring at Naruto with his 2 Tomo Sharingan on. And Hinata was hiding herself under a bench, while looking at Sasuke and then blushing, while trying to hide herself. Okay, she might be the problem child of this team. He really didn't want to deal with her. He sighed and entered the room. Come to the rooftop. And flickered to the roof. And was surprised as Naruto came just half a second after him. Was that just pure running? It looks like Guy seriously downplayed Naruto. So you are the hip and cool guy Guy-sensei talks about. Yes. So which chakra nature should I train with? I have mastered my wind nature already. I am kind of confused over earth and lightning. Earth can help me in defense and taijutsu, while lightning can help me to increase my speed and can play both offense and defense. Maybe lightning will be better. Minato-sensei had lightning along with wind. And maybe Naruto will be able to perfect the Chidori without needing Sharingan? Well, Earth style has also good ninjutsus, like Mud Wall, Earth Swamp, Earth Dome, Hiding in a Mole, Headhunter, and many more. But lightning is stronger than water and earth. And what if the shadow clones do Chidori for him? Kakashi wished to at least pass on his signature jutsu to Naruto so that he can save his face in front of Kushina and Minato-sensei. His musings were interrupted as Sasuke and Hinata arrived. Alright, introduce yourselves. Things like your likes, dislikes and dreams. Well, I am Uzumaki Naruto. I like Shiori-chan, her food, Ichiraku ramen, Guy-sensei and training. I don't really like the stupid villagers. So I don't really know if I want to become the Hokage. I mean, wanting to protect the people that hate you is kind of, no, incredibly stupid. Okay. Hyuga Hinata. I like my sister and cinnamon rolls and shying away after looking at Sasuke and I don't really like hurting people. But I want to become strong. Just why did third Hokage gave him this headache? I am Uchiha Sasuke. I don't like anything, and hate many things. I don't really have a dream, because I will make it a reality. I will save someone and kill another someone. Understandable. Alright. So you have. Hey. You didn't introduce yourself. Well, I am Hotaki Kakashi. I don't really hate anything, and what I like and what is my dream is none of your business. Oh. Such great reactions. Alright. I was saying, while you may have graduated from the academy, you aren't genin until I say so. So tomorrow, we will have a survival test at 7 AM sharp. If you fail, you will go back to the academy. And I will have you know, 67% of the teams fail. Well, I will be in the 33% then. HN. Oh. Such confidence from the boys. But the girl. Anyway. Don't eat breakfast, or you might puke. Training ground 7, at 7 am. And he flickered away. Honestly, he really didn't know what to do with the girl. So he guessed he will ignore her. After all, she has a clan behind her while Naruto and Sasuke don't. Hey, being a genius at something doesn't make one genius at teaching that thing. Instead, it is the opposite. Well, the headache will be gone if they just fail his test, even though he knows that he can't. Chapter 49, Shiori x Naruto, R12. I am home. Welcome home. I shouted from the kitchen as Naruto arrived. Kakashi really took his time for the introductions. Hey. I am going for your training. Wait. Not right now. I ran from the kitchen to the living room, and Naruto was already in his training clothes. Just how the hell he gets changed so fast? Must be talent. Well. Come with me for a bit. I have some gifts for you. Hey? But it's not my birthday. We have graduated from the academy, that means we are officially adults. So. I deadpanned. Here I am, suggesting something, and he is not taking a clue. Oh. He didn't get sex ed yet, right? I guess I will have to teach him myself. But first. Just follow me to my room. I HLDHNDS with him, and led him to my bedroom. Where I have prepared something special for him. In my dimly lit room, I covered my Naruto's eyes with a blindfold, and smirked. What is the gift, Shiori-chan? Just wait a minute. I ran my fingers through his muscular arm, and couldn't help but marvel at how powerful and safe it felt. His fingers. I grabbed the gift from my bed, and pulled it over Naruto's arm. Then I switched on the lights and removed his blindfold. Whoa! What's this? It's so cool. I felt proud that he looked so excited about it. It's a matching set of multi-purpose anti-genjutsu anti-ninjutsu ninjutsu storage gauntlet, and it comes with communicators so that we can talk to each other over long distances. Hat. That puny ninja tool from Boruto pales in comparison to it. While Naruto doesn't need the ninjutsu storage feature, it's mainly helpful for him to snap himself out of genjutsu and absorb up to 4A rank ninjutsu like Raise Nan in case he encounters a ninjutsu he can't dodge. Plus it has a calling-like feature. It was hard to find the chakra bandwidth that can be reflected by the ionosphere. I don't know the range, but it definitely has a range of at least more than my palace. With this, Naruto will be able to say genjutsu of that level doesn't work on me. This will cover for his only weakness, genjutsu, till he becomes a perfect Jinchuriki. Naruto gave me a warm hug of happiness. Ah, his back is good too. If only we grow up faster so I can ravage it. I am not a child predator. But Shiori-chan, have you thought of a name for it? I couldn't come up with anything good. How about you choose it? Multi-purpose, Tomokyuki, and Gauntlet, Tibukuro. How about Tevutki? Let's name it that then. Thank you, Shiori-chan. I still have something for you. Here. This is a box full of kunao like father-in-laws. It's so cool. Father really was very cool. He was. Well, I have told Naruto about his parents long time ago. Naruto did already have some suspicions about Minato being his father. Fuck Hiruzen. Isn't Konohamaru living an easy life despite being the grandson of a Hokage? So why shouldn't my Naruto know about his parents? As silence descended between us, Naruto held my hand. Thank you, Shiori-chan. You are the best thing that has happened to me. I don't know what kind of person I will be without you. Ah. As I gazed into his eyes, his passionate and honest eyes, I felt myself heating up a little. I moved close to him, my lips headed to his face. This time, not the cheek, but lips. As our lips touched, I felt shivers down my spine. It's my first real kiss. And with such a sweet person, who I have wrapped around my fingers. He put his tongue in. Where did he learn that? What's this incredible feeling? I want more of it. Naruto held my face with his warm hands, and I wrapped my arms around his neck, while our town just did that, fighting for dominance thing? Ding dong. Number at $EUR copyright number and. We broke our kiss, and we blushed. Where did you learn that? There was a magazine on the street. So he picked up a porn mag from the street? Well, I wouldn't complain since he will try those things on me. Ding dong. So, Shiori-chan, I will see who is on the gate. I saw longingly as Naruto left the room awkwardly, and then I jumped into my bed, burying my head in a pillow. Idiot. I wasn't prepared for that French kiss. He really caught me off guard with that. But I can't say I am not feeling incredibly happy and delighted. He. Kaie. Now I want him to use that tongue to kiss all over me. But I won't do that, at least not yet. Since I am not a child predator. I will make do with kisses like today. He. Chapter 50, Sasuke got scared. Sasuke's third POV. As Sasuke arrived inside Shiori's palace's teaching hall with Sakura, he saw that Karin was already there since she had a house in the palace, and Shiori was looking out of the window, constantly touching her lips. As he peeked to see what she was seeing, he saw Naruto hugging a training dummy, and acting like a fangirl while sending Shiori smiles and blushes. What the hell is this pink atmosphere? Did they? Sakura muttered in shock, and Sasuke didn't really understand what she understood. He asked her in whisper, why are they acting like this? I think they, adult stuff, maybe. Say clearly. She made a face at him. Like wrestling on bed. Wrestling on bed? Didn't he see his parents doing that when he was young? He vaguely remembered being confused when they suddenly covered themselves with the blanket in the summer when he came to ask his father to teach him fireball jutsu. Well, whatever. Maybe it is a couple thing that he wouldn't understand. He nodded in understanding, but for some reason, Sakura called him a loser. Shiori-ne-chan. Sasuke and Sakura have arrived. As Karin shouted, Shiori's head snapped in their direction, while acting like she was caught off guard. Oh. Take out your notebooks. I will start with the complex seals now. Sasuke snorted. As if what he learned till now wasn't complex. He thought that he would pick up things faster with Sharingan, but it is barely allowing him to keep up with the other two. Sasuke was very dissatisfied with himself. He has not landed even one hit on Naruto during the spars since the day he awakened Sharingan, and Naruto was half asleep. Sure, his Sharingan allowed him to dodge some attacks and not getting one shot, but even if he can see it, his body can't react fast enough most of the times. He is number 1 at Shuriken Jutsu only. He knew AC rank Fireball Jutsu, but he was sure that Naruto was going to perform an even better and stronger jutsu tomorrow. He clenched his fists as he remembered watching Naruto doing push-ups while sticking from the ceiling today. He didn't know that chakra could be used like that. Even after seeing how Naruto used his chakra with the Sharingan, it was very difficult to copy him. He spent hours on trying to do the same, but couldn't. Sharingan doesn't seem to be too great after all. Or maybe his Sharingan just wasn't strong enough like Itachi. To obtain eyes like me, kill your best friend. Sasuke shook his head. As if he would follow a murderer's words. He doesn't need Sharingan to become strong. Naruto doesn't have one, but look how strong he is. And he didn't have a friend, much less a best friend. He had one-sided rivalry with Naruto who constantly forgot his name. Sakura calls him loser, Karin treats him like an annoying pest who constantly tries to challenge Naruto, and Shiori considers him a secured source of money. He should have realized how much 500,000 ryo a month actually is. And she took over 1/4 of his clan lands. TCH. But she actually taught very good, and he could already make a sleeping tag. With it, he would be able to put Itachi in sleep if he could touch his forehead. And Izumi, he grimaced on how to find her, or if she is actually still alive. Hokage has told him that they are constantly trying to find her, and they have found some trails of Orochimaru being the perpetrator, but the trails just disappear. He didn't want to admit it, but he would require Karin's help to find her. He didn't trust that creepy stuttering teammate of his. He really felt jealous of Naruto, living the perfect life. As if Shiori wasn't enough for him, he even got himself a sister who has stamina and chakra reserves as crazy as him. Sasuke really wondered if Uzumaki was a clan that got annihilated like Uchiha. Maybe from some other village? Even though his father said that Uchiha clan is the strongest in the world, he has started to doubt it. How can Itachi, who was just 13 years old, wipe out the whole clan? Isn't that ridiculous? If anything, father wouldn't get down without an intense fight, right? Or maybe, it is the true power of Itachi's Sharingan? Maybe his Sharingan is similar to that of Madara, who was the only equal to the first Hokage. Sasuke really didn't know anything, and it was eating away at him. Since he has started studying Fuinjutsu, he has to think a lot, and thinking a lot has led him into thinking about the main aspects of his life, leading him to believe that there are some weird things about it. He clearly remembered Itachi looming over his dead parents' bodies. How could he even forget it? There were no signs of a fight. Nothing. Just their blood splattered on the floor and the walls. If there wasn't any fight, why? Why would his parents just die like that? And why spare him and Izumi? He looked at Shiori, who is definitely the reason why Naruto is so strong. Maybe, she does know something he doesn't? She seems to be close to the Hokage as well, so maybe she has some insider information? He has been considering it for a long time, but he will ask her about it today. Alright. I will start with the basics of Fuinjutsu related to spiritual energy. He was snapped out from his thoughts as Shiori started the class. For now, he will focus on it. If he can learn spiritual energy related Fuinjutsu, maybe he wouldn't have to worry about Itachi's Genjutsu. I will only tell the basics right now. Know that spiritual study is far more complex and difficult than physical study, which we can see. If you aren't careful enough and your mindset is not clear, you can cripple or kill yourself mentally. So the first step to even venture here is to stabilize your mind. Don't focus too much on negative things, and don't focus too much on positive things. Keep your mind neutral, and while not ignoring your emotional part of the mind, keep rational part of the mind the driver to use that emotional part and the larger spiritual energy it has. Why does it feel that she is pointing this at him? Suddenly, he froze. Someone was just behind him. You are staring too hard at my wife, Seikshu. Naruto's cold, chilling voice rang in his ear, and as he snapped his head to look back, nobody was there. What happened, Sasuke? And nothing. He will postpone talking with Shiori. Why would she know anything about the massacre in Izumi anyway? Right? Okay, he will admit it. Sasuke got scared.
Thanks for listening.